Yes, people. We are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another Sarcasm City Sports Q&A, the show where we answer all of your sporting questions. Big up to everyone who joined from the raid from Big Six Bands. Big up to Monts and the whole Big Six Bands gang. Big up to Marshall and the Casually FC gang because there was a raid earlier on. We are here, so please make sure whether you're watching this live right now or watching this back after the live, hit the like button on the video, people. Smash the like button. Make sure you share this across all the socials and subscribe to the channel, Sarcasm City TV, as well. Like I said, get your questions in, people. Get your questions in. If you are a member of the channel, link for the membership is in the pinned comment. I will get to your question. That is one of the many great perks, so make sure you check it out. And of course, if you super chat, I'll get straight to it as well. Big up to everyone in the chat section as well, in the comment section, I should say. Big up to Steve for the super chat. Much appreciated. He says, Geordie boys going on the European tour next season. That's for damn sure. We found our clinical edge tonight, and I could not be happier with Eddie Howe and everyone at Newcastle for the season. Fully understand that. A lot's going on. Obviously, Premier League games. Manchester United beating Brentford 1-0. Newcastle winning 5-1 against West Ham. And of course, Super Frankie Lampard back at the bridge, people. Super Frankie Lampard back at the bridge. Ahmed is in the building. Taz in the building as well. So I'm sure we'll be discussing all those things plus more, people. I'm sure we will. But before we get to all that, Ahmed, how you doing, my brother? You good?
I'm enjoying life.
All right, cool. Are you good in general outside of that? What I'm saying?
I think I need to pour a glass of one of these bad boys.
All right, cool.
That's it, you know what I'm saying?
All right, cool. You know what I'm saying? Cool. Taza, how you doing? You good?
I'm doing fantastic, man. I'm doing great. I couldn't be better.
Yeah. All right, cool. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get into everything. Steve again. Love for the super chat. Big up to Taha. Big up King Kelvin. Big up United for Life as well. Big up Ed. You know what I'm saying? Big up United Spurs of America says thanks for linking viewers here. New sub here. Cheers. Thanks. Hey, salute, man. Make sure you hit the like button, man. How many likes are we on? I'm literally gonna double check that now as we
18.
speak.
Come on, man.
Continue to get your questions in. Way too low with the likes, yo. You lot way too low with the likes. There's over 80 of you lot in the building. Let's bump up them likes. What are we doing here? Let's bump up them likes and subscribe to the channel. Sarcasm City TV is road to 7K people. United for Life, like I said, big up to Eddie as well. Says hit that like, chat mafia, subscribe if you're new. Good to see Steve just happy. This is why a guy just super chat to say how happy he is about Newcastle. So big up. Manuel says big up, flawless mate. Big up every single time. Tahara, I'll get to your question. Big up Emmanuel as well. Get your questions in, people. I'm sure you lot will have plenty to say. You know what I'm saying in that. So big up. And big up to you, Emmanuel. Big up, Steve. Right. Flawless was seeing them checks come through when he saw that Lampard news. Misery equals checks. Hey, we soon gonna find out, Eddie. We soon gonna find out. We will. Trust. We are gonna find out. But there's only one place to start.
Super Frankie
Lampard back in charge. Ahmed, thoughts? Talk to us. Your thoughts? Man just put his head in his hands. Frank Lampard back at Chelsea as interim manager.
Where's my latte, man? Where's my latte, bro? I need a latte first, man.
Talk to us. You got plenty to say when it's Manchester United. So the floor, don't be lost for words now, my brother.
I'm not even lost for words, mate.
So I ask you a question. Can I get a response, please?
It's beyond disbelief, mate. That's what I'm at right now. You know what I'm saying? Like Lampard, the guy we sacked, the guy that's got players that are still at the club who sacked him, out of his job. Yeah, listen, what I'm saying, Minerals Mount, welcome back to the squad. Kepa, bye-bye. Kovacic, time to learn, some Italian, some Spanish, because you ain't...
Time to learn ni hao, buddy.
Yeah, man.
Ni hao, Kovacic, ni hao, man. Konnichiwa.
Hey, listen, Havertz, it's time to become an 8, man. It's time for you to know how to play the 8 role again. Back to being an 8 under Lampard. You know what I mean? Gallagher might be getting a few more starts, mate. You know what I'm saying? Congratulations.
The British Blues are back, man.
Bro, for me, I get if you're trying to bring in an interim, and you want to do a thing of like you want to bring it in an interim, and you can do something like that. But for me, I'm not understanding why it has to be Lampard. It could be anyone else they wanted to. You can bring any other random interim for 1 month and a bit.
They could, true. You spitting? Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Why Lampard? And it's literally just a PR move. I know it's a PR move. You know what I mean?
It's definitely
Deep down,
a PR move.
Yeah,
you know, this
100%.
one, yeah, it's literally, that's what people say, they got saved, Frankie Lampard. It's literally all that's it, bro. Anything else, any other player, bro. You could choose any other player. Why does it have to be Lampard? Any other player? Why does it have to be Lampard, bro? This guy got sacked. You know his second season, yeah, till now, there's been chaos at Chelsea Football Club. Like he's like the whole father of all of this stuff that's happened to this club. Like, oh my god, bro. Oh, it's actually hurting me, bro. It's hurting me. And the thing is, yeah, we got Wolves, man. Wolves is gonna be 3-0 Wolves. You know, I wanted to say we're gonna help Wolves remain in the Premier League. Real Madrid, you know what I mean? I think it's gonna be 5-0 Real Madrid. I think now.
Oh, now it is, yeah.
No,
Now
listen, I already rescinded the hope. I rescinded the hope a long time ago.
No, you didn't. Don't lie.
Yes, I did. You can ask Flawless. I told Flawless we're gonna lose now. I said it to him ages ago, actually. I did.
You might get Arsenal, bro.
Listen, it doesn't matter about Arsenal or not, bro. United, I'm gonna just say congratulations, guys. You gotta get a win against us. You're gonna be the team that beats us.
We're gonna do that regardless, but yeah.
No, listen, don't worry, man. It's gonna be a Rashford hat trick. You know what I'm saying? I can't be. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. It's gonna be a long time, and you know what?
Another 4-0.
Listen. It might be 5-0.
Hey, get away with it. Back to Frank Lampard and that. And again, you lot in the chat continue to get your questions in.
Bro,
we will get to your questions.
Lampard.
Of course, yeah, we'll get to that in a second. If you're a member, get your questions in. I will star them. It's any sport as well, people. So it can be football, it can be basketball, it can be boxing. May have an F1 question, NFL. UFC, whatever you want to ask, but there's over 90 of you lot in here, 94 to be exact. Only got 30 likes, 50 likes, people. Let's bump up the likes. Yes, Eddie, he is actually defeated.
Bro,
you know
I don't know if you saw the links right now.
I get to this. Go on. What's the links? Go on. What's the links?
We just got a link to Antonio Conte. Apparently, we're speaking to intermediaries.
No good.
Yes, Miguel Delaney just came out with that. They started contacts.
Oh my god! Oh, bro. Oh my god!
Antonio Conte.
Hey man, they need a winner. Peter said he'll kill himself.
This is the same guy. Oh my god! You're actually finished, man.
Bro, Todd hasn't a clue, bro. He has no idea what he's doing. Bro. All this infrastructure hype, bro. Oh my lord.
Antonio Conte.
I can't lie to you, man. The Boston Celtics, bro. I'm on my knees. Pause, please. Just win something for me this season, bro. I have nothing else, bro. Literally. Oh my god, bro. It's bad, man. It's bad.
It speaks for you lot. Dan, before we get onto that Conte news, says, big up. Are you ready for Super Frank's first defeat this weekend? Are you confident going into the Wolves game?
Wow, we're gonna lose, man. We're losing.
Lapateu. Yeah, you're getting cooked.
Bro, it's gonna be a nice little. You know, he lost the Wolves, right? Back in his time. What do you think is gonna happen now? He's losing again. Come on, man. It's a 3 p.m. kickoff, as well. Yeah, he's losing.
So to answer your question, Dan, he's not confident. As predicted, Todd Bully destroying Chelsea. We're done. Big up Alhambra for the super chat. Much appreciated. Again, you lot get your questions in as well. Continue. So let's onto that. We kind of got your thoughts, but we need to get your full thoughts. You've been linked now with Antonio Conte as the permanent manager potentially next season. Thoughts on that, Ahmed? just Before we continue, welcome Legend into the building and that, like, Yes, Lewis. What are you saying, family? You good? He's confident. Look at his Avi, man.
Yes, Lewis, what are you saying? Super Frankie Lampard. He knows exactly what we need. Thiago at the back, Mudryk in attack. Chelsea's going to win the Champions League.
Havertz in midfield.
Right,
he's going to be on the bench, bruv. My boy don't do favourites. We don't do favourites no more.
Before we continue here, one sec, Taza, before we continue. Yo, Lewis, one sec before we continue, my brother. My apologies. Yo, over 100 of you lot in the building, 50 likes, people. What is this conversion rate, people? What is this conversion rate, man? Get us up to 50 likes. We're only at 35. What is going on, man? But Lewis, I can see by your and Alhambra, big up for the super chat as well. Much appreciated. Lewis, my brother, what are you saying, man? First and foremost, Frank Lampard. What are you saying? Like it, don't like it?
Fuck it, innit? We ain't making top 4. We're probably not winning the Champions League. Our team's full of shit. I'd rather our fucking ship sinks with Super Frankie Lampard at the wheel, other than Potter or Bold Potter. Because what are we doing? We're not going to win nothing. Our fixture list is a pile of shit. Just a bunch of L's, more L's than a town in Wales. I'm good. Fuck it. We might as well have Frankie Lampard at the wheel.
Oh my God.
Come on, man.
I said more else than the town in Wales.
Fuck it.
So you're saying, right, you're not doing anything anyway. You're not going to win the champ.
Yeah, I don't know why people are so pissed off. Like what? Are we gonna get Enrique and Nagelsmann and still not beat Madrid? Oh no. Well, fuck it. They're taking their time. They're trying to make sure they get the right manager in long term. They're doing what they didn't do last time, and they're not rushing a manager like they did with Potter. Why are people moaning?
Okay, as long as it's
we've got vibes. We've been Vibes FC the entire season. The difference is now we don't have a dickhead in charge.
That is true. You mentioned that, but you mentioned they're trying to do the right thing and the structure. Reports have come out stating that Conte could potentially be your next manager.
That's where my passion ends. Big up to Antonio and everything, but the story's closed.
Antonio.
All right. So Lewis, let's say you do get Antonio Conte as permanent manager. What would be your thoughts?
Well, he better have that diet plan ready for Lukaku.
Oh yeah, him and Lukaku linking up again, isn't it? Crazy.
Yeah, that's the only thing I think about. If Conte comes, bring the diet plan, and we're good. But I don't know why people are moaning about Lampard. Who else are you bringing in that's going to do more? I will wait.
There you go. Sam Allardyce, Makelele, and listen.
What are they doing? What are they doing?
Bro, if the 9 games are meaningless, what's the point? You can bring in someone else if it's all meaningless.
Yeah, well, so what's the point of moaning about whoever it is? At least we got a legend behind the wheel.
Lampard got sacked, bro, almost 3 years ago.
Yeah, he got sacked at the right time. Jose got sacked. We still brought him back.
Exactly.
When
Lampard to Jose.
Yeah, when Jose came back.
Hey, we're not comparing them like there's any standards. Like, what are we doing? What are we trying to aim to achieve?
No, but Lewis, when Jose got sacked, it was in 2000.
Yeah, that was when we were serious, when we had a team that could contend for something. What are we contending for? 8th?
No. But what I'm trying to make the point is that the guys that he had left at the club at that time and the guys that he came back to were 2 different squads. They weren't the same team that he got sacked with. This guy.
No, we're not talking about why Jose got sacked or anything like that. The fact is that we brought people back.
No, but what I'm trying to say though is that Lampard is going back to squad players that got him sacked. Let's be real.
Good. Get your revenge. Get Havertz out. Get Mount out. Do your thing. Get your revenge.
Why do you need him? You don't need him to do that though.
But who else is going to do any different?
Again, I've said that.
I know someone. You know what I'm saying?
But I've said that before. You've got more options to do that. Some Allardyce
one of the most successful interim managers of all time. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
Oh, we're good, bro. We're good, bro.
I said we're good. He's a legend.
Oh, let's go.
Hey, big up Jordan B. You know what I'm saying? And that for the very, very generous super chat. Much appreciated. He just said, got a raise at work, just paying it forward. Salute to you for your hard work. You know what I'm saying? And getting a raise at work, Jordan B. Big up. Much love, appreciated. He says, just paying it forward. Long time supporter of the channel. Loving the Chelsea pain. Long may it continue. Hey, much appreciated, Jordan B, man. And long
Big
live.
up to the GOAT.
You know what I'm
He's
saying?
back,
Yeah, big up Super Frankie
We're on
Lampard. He's
vibes.
back. You know what I'm
Vibes
saying?
FC.
Jordan,
Let's go,
thank
people.
you. You know what I'm
Let's
saying?
go.
Look at Lewis's smile, yo. He's genuinely happy.
Hey, we're in the trenches, but I don't give a fuck because now I got a guy I'll get behind. We're here for 11 games. Nothing's happening. We're not yet. Pause. Nothing's happening. We're not. As you know, the plan remains the same. Arsenal away, 3 points. Other than that, I don't give a shit. So who cares about who's in charge? We're not doing anything. We have nothing to contend for.
So you don't think there's a manager, Lewis, you could have got who actually gives you a better chance at getting past Madrid?
No. We had Tuchel and we still got knocked out with a better squad.
But the thing is, for all us here, it's not even that. You don't need the manager to get you past Real Madrid because it's inevitable that you're going to lose that fixture. But it didn't need to be Lampard. That's my point. It didn't need to be Lampard. You could have chosen anyone else. You just did it.
But why is the issue with it being Lampard?
Lampard is just a manager that's got a manager. No. It's because he just recently sacked this manager. So it's been less than 3 years since he's last been sacked from the same club. Why are we bringing him back? I just don't understand that logic.
It's obvious. It's obvious. The club is toxic as fuck right now. We're a mess from top to bottom. The fans are getting worse and worse. The only one thing that's probably going to be good for them is that probably Lampard's behind the wheel for the last 11 games. And if we lose, we're not going to be as pissed off about it. That's just it. It's a little bit of PR, makes their whole fan base a bit less toxic, and it doesn't change anything because we're still shit. So it don't make a difference.
And just quickly,
people are panicking too much about Lampard being in charge. It makes no difference. That's why I'm fully behind it.
You're just like on a vibes thing. You're just like, at least it makes me feel good. That's what you're.
Yeah, it just makes me feel good because what else makes me feel good about this shocking football club?
That is facts.
We just drew to the worst Liverpool side I've seen in my life.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Before we continue,
and no one else is changing it, so I don't care about it being Lampard.
No, that's fair. We're gonna continue. Don't worry about that. And hey, Jordan, for this show as well, obviously with the super chat, much appreciated. Get your questions in, and I'll treat you like a member, and I'll star any questions you have. Members, continue to get your questions in. Of course, with this Lampard news, Conte potentially being the permanent manager next season for Chelsea. That's gonna be the main. That's gonna be the main talking point. But get your questions in. Members, I'll start all of your best questions. We have hit 50 likes. There's over 120 of you lot in here. But yo, let's get up to 70 likes. Let's go 70 likes. And we'll get another Chelsea representative, Timo, in the building. Yes, Timo, what are you saying? You good?
Yeah, all good.
Yeah, man, what are you saying? Thoughts on Super Frankie Lampard back at Chelsea as interim manager?
I haven't thought about this.
Okay.
Hey, spit it out.
You had a thought. Let's go.
I can't lie. I'm gonna call you a criminal for us because you started this instigation from a year ago after the Q&A.
Wait, what did I start? What did I do? How are you blaming me?
I do have the video actually.
That's crazy.
Hey, you know what? So you pop up.
No. Actually, Jess, you literally started it. Remember that Q&A that we done after the FA Cup, Luton away?
What happened?
You came in with this kind of like narrative, proper Chelsea stuff, chanting about Super Frankie Lampard, you know.
I mean, this is not true.
Chant. This is your fault.
No.
Secondly, as well,
don't blame me for Johnny Minerals.
Oh, big up, Flawless. It's your fault. Let's go.
What did I don't know why I even.
What I gotta say is,
I'm gonna play this video actually.
He's looking for the proper Chelsea moment out there. Why would I do that?
Hey, that's what you problem.
Yeah, man, really blame all the shit that's going on. Man, blame me, you know.
Hey, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Timo, can I say something real quick? Yeah, like I hear what you're trying to say, but I just got inspired by the one and only Johnny Minerals in us. So I got caught in the hype.
But Timo, forget who you want to blame. If you want to blame me, cool. What's your thoughts on it?
Oh, I can't lie. Our owner's moving sus, man. Apparently,
Timo saying that, you know. Crazy.
Yo, You know what? I was hearing I was reading a lot of chatters about the meeting between Nagelsmann and then Vivell. Apparently, Mr. Enrique going to the London this morning, and you know what? Chelsea at that time they were 80% sure they're gonna get Nagelsmann. 60% as well goes to Enrique, but the problem is Top Bowley still haven't got the green light. So that's why it kind of like went down from there. You know what? Let's just not rush taking this decision. You know what? We're gonna have an interim manager until the end of the season, and then we're gonna go from there. And apparently Lampard was at the game last night as well.
Yeah, he was at the game.
Remember, what did I tell you, Flawless?
I'm glad he was at the game. He knows what to start Havertz on Saturday.
I asked Timo a question. I don't even know I asked him. So moving on. Yo, Victor, what you saying, my brother? You good, man? What you saying?
I'm good, bro. I'm good. Proper vibes, man.
That's vibes, man. Let's go, man. Hey, Victor, are you on the vibes? What are you saying?
No, my club's fucking finished, bro. My club's finished.
Why is your club finished? Talk to us.
What do you mean? What do you mean vibes, bro? Are we forgetting what? Wait, sorry, hold on 1 second.
That's cool. Victor's ready, yo.
Hey,
Before Victor goes, you lot continue to bump up the likes over 130 of you lot in here.
I want to say something.
Over 130 of you lot locked in. Let's get up to 70 likes, people. Nah,
I claim this as an early birthday present.
80 likes. See that? Early birthday present. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Super Frankie Lampard.
Hey, Lewis, never too late for walks away, man, for Super Frankie Lampard in the dugout, bro.
Bro,
Super Frankie Lampard, you know, this guy's not serious. You forgetting
even
that
Lampard ain't tricking me into going to that shithole.
Hey, come on, man. Lampard here to stop Arsenal's title race on 29th of April.
I'll be there at Arsenal away, my friend.
But yeah, before we get to that, bump up likes, people. Bump up the likes, subscribe to the channel as well. Sarcasm City TV. It was rolled to 7K. We are 2 off 6,200. I'm looking only for 2 subscribers. Hit this. You're clearly enjoying the content. We got a lot to get through. There's gonna be a lot to get that's gonna be said because we're gonna have more Chelsea representatives highly likely joining. Victor, are you back? Are you here?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, Victor, the floor is yours, man. So you're not on the vibes. What's going on?
Stay with us, bro.
Victor, man, why are you not on it, bro?
What do you mean why am I not on it? We had the talk with Enrique and then we were at 24, not even 24 hours, bro. 3 hours later, we're getting Lampard. What?
It's because they're taking their time, bro. Let them take their time. And plus, Bruno don't even want to manage us as an interim. So we need somebody.
I'd rather fucking Billy the fucking kit managers than Lampard, bro. I will never forget.
Less experience.
I'll never forget Lampard playing Kante as a striker at the Emirates, bro. I would never forget that, bro. That's embedded in my memory. We lost 3-0. We lost 3-0.
3-1. 3-1.
Oh my god, we scored a consolation goal. Oh my god. Like that makes a difference. Bro, Lampard, whatever the fucking ball was active terrorism on my football club, bro. Are you might want this back? Are we literally gonna forget what he did?
Bro, what's the difference?
Bro, we're
11th.
We're replacing shit with more shit.
We're not even in the top 10.
1 point.
We're replacing shit with more shit, bro. We
point
just
from
added
safety,
more shit
though.
to the pile.
Yeah, but it's like I'd rather not bring in somebody good and then leave them to look worse with the shit that we have. Let them start the start of next season. Fresh slate.
No, I'd rather whoever comes in now and then has this mini 10 games pre-season before that.
But then 10 games with the fixtures that we have right now is just asking for them to get ripped apart when things don't work out immediately.
Okay, if they lose, yeah, but at least we need to
Frank Lampard is literally there to be the scapegoat. When we get bummed home and away, it's just going to fall on Lampard's lap.
Is it really? Is it really? These guys are not.
It's not really because
the players. Some of the players deserve it, so they can hold that.
They're never going to blame Lampard. Listen, our fan base was not blaming Lampard after losing.
Well, the fans that don't want Lampard will blame it on Lampard, and they'll take it away from the players. And the thing is, it will take it. The things will go away from Bowley in itself too, because there's been a lot more pressure on him because of the whole Potter situation.
You have to look at as well. One thing I read. You have to look at as well from the hierarchy perspective is that these guys are genius. Honestly, if you've seen the last couple of hours the meeting, yeah, how on earth you go from Nagelsmann and Enrique to Lampard in 3 hours?
Thank you.
Because
Thank you.
Nagelsmann and Enrique are long-term options for us, and Lampard is not a long-term option for us.
So why not just bring him in now? What happened to
because what they did last time was that they rushed things and they ended up with Graham Potter.
Victor,
now
let me ask you a question as well. Then, if let's say if Nagelsmann or Enrique comes in right now and they suddenly lose that Champions League tie against Real Madrid, both legs, what will happen afterwards?
Nothing. They'll say keep the job because we're losing regardless of who comes in. We're losing regardless, bro. The team's shit.
But this is the thing. I'd rather a manager come in at the start of the season with a fresh slate, with no pressure and the ability and time to implement a style of play. They can't do that now because we've got fixtures every 3 to 4 days until the end of the season. It's not the right climate to bring in a new manager. So it makes perfect sense to bring in an interim. And if you're going to do that in this toxic situation with all the fixtures that we have coming up, you might as well make it be a fan favorite because it will be less toxic, which is Frank Lampard. It makes a lot of sense. It makes so much sense, which is why I'm here for it. I get it. It makes perfect sense.
Why not Di Matteo?
Yeah, that's actually, you know what? Yeah,
I don't know. Has Di Matteo been up for it? I've not heard anything. Is he even in a job?
Di Matteo is available.
Lampard's on a job. Lampard's been sacked again.
Hold on a second. But we can talk about Di Matteo and stuff. But like, again, this is a whole new ownership. They don't know these people. Lampard is still. Lampard's still.
It's like if you're gonna say no to Lampard, but you're gonna ask for Di Matteo. Then like, what are we doing?
The reason why I said that to you, Lewis, is because of the reasons you just stated, where it's less toxic because of the feel-good factor. Why not go and get Di Matteo, who's been successful? Is the point I'm at.
Maybe, but it's like, when did Di Matteo last manage? At least Lampard was recently in a job.
But what's the difference?
Well, it's not about the results, though, so it don't really matter.
Yeah,
it's not about the results. It's just about somebody to steer the ship.
So this is the thing. So from what I'm understanding is, people are upset because they want somebody lesser shit than the guy that's more.
They've got Lampard PTSD. That's all.
Now, see, I get. Let's be honest. Like,
Lampard ain't a long-term option for us.
Because the funny thing is, what I get here is obviously it's hilarious. It's some people look at it also from the effect of like it's embarrassing because of rivals probably laughing at Chelsea that this and that. But let's be honest here, like the season was over regardless. And it could have been a situation where they felt like, you know what, like you said earlier, you don't really want to rush into the decision. There's nothing to play for anymore, anyways, for this season. I understand there's a Champions League tie. I'll be honest, and Enrique definitely would have not won that tie against Real Madrid. Nagelsmann probably had more of a chance because Enrique needs so much time to even implement the system, and he, from the reporter even saw it, he wants a 2-3 year time span to actually build a team. So for me, I don't understand, to be honest, why people are so mad about this Lampard thing. Like, it's only for how many games? No, 9 games.
11 games in total.
11 games plus, with the Champions League games. Yeah. It's not that deep. Like, I'll be honest. Like, it's the same thing that when I talk to my fan base, they say, why are we not getting the manager in? No, because most of the managers either want to wait till the summer because they feel like they want to start in the preseason instead of having to come in early, or some other managers are still in the job. So I don't understand why. So
see, Jez, you see it, bro.
One thing I read is it's that they want Lampard.
Just enjoy the ride, people.
They want Lampard to come in and do the talent ID.
I'm jumping off the shit
to see who wants to stay, who wants to stay, and who wants to go. So they want him to help them make decisions on players in the summer.
That's what I'm saying.
That's crazy.
But that's even worse, crazy. Bro. He wants
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
I want to do correction. Tarzan, I'm going to correct you on that one. It's because it's from a YouTube video that I watched there. He didn't say that. It was Matt Law's opinion. He said that's what I think they might want him to do. That's what it was. The way he said it was an opinion. It wasn't like when he put it on paper, it sounds like that. But when he was speaking about it was an opinion on the YouTube. It was on the
Bro, the fact that that's even an opinion or a consideration is crazy.
No, but that's a Matt Law's opinion though. It's not like that's not something that he's been told.
But that's something that could happen, no? He's not just going to say
it can happen, but it's not an opinion. So it is an opinion at the end of the day. So you don't know. Maybe it happens, maybe it doesn't happen. Who knows? But the point is that Lampard is definitely coming in to be an interim. I do think it's just a method of at least the fans won't be booing every game, because if it's been Bruno started for the last games, they will have booed him eventually as well. So for me, it's like, I'll be honest. it just sounds hilarious to when you consider the context that he got sacked and he's coming back in it. But I'll be honest, I don't think it's really.
No, but do you know what it is, Jez? You know what it is, Jez? Yeah, I agree with everything they said. That is also my opinion. Yeah, if
it's happening, people.
But the problem for me is the Lampard bit. It didn't necessarily have to be Lampard for me.
Yeah, don't get twisted. I understand that point.
Yeah, that's the point that I've made. Yeah.
He just got sacked by Everton, and he got shown guys.
But it is Lampard.
And he's going to win number 3 in a month or 2. I'm here for it.
Literally, I think flawless.
Sorry, man couldn't survive a relegation battle and he's going to win Champions League. In what world does that work?
Hey, we're Chelsea, innit? That's why. We don't make sense.
He's a proper Chelsea.
Flawless made a point.
This Chelsea ourselves more goals, man.
Go on, man. Go on.
Flawless, you made a good point. Yeah, why not Di Matteo? Because that's a good point, bro. It didn't necessarily.
The reason why I mentioned I don't think Di Matteo is the guy for it is because of the reasons Lewis stated as to why he was happy about Lampard. So when you add in all those. Everything that Lewis mentioned, Di Matteo covers, adding the fact he's also been successful. The reason why
I'd also like to say Di Matteo right now is technical advisor to South Korean football club Jeonbuk Hyundai.
You could leave that for a little bit. The reason why I'm saying this is such a bad idea is because Lampard there is no positive to this whatsoever.
No, but can I ask a question then?
Yeah, before you go, Jez, there's a good initial feel-good factor. Once you start getting packed because we know Lampard's a poor manager, it's going to become even more toxic.
Bro, as long as we don't lose to Arsenal, I don't care. I don't care.
But we're going to continue.
I've already seen us hold 4 at Old Trafford under Lampard. Won't make a difference.
More Chelsea content creators in the building. Mr. Casually FC himself, Marshall.
We got Super Frankie Lampard. He knows exactly what we need. Potter got the sack. Mason's coming back. Frankie's not winning Champions League. Let's go! Yes! We're back.
All right. Marshall, your thoughts on Frank Lampard back as Chelsea interim? Talk to us.
Dude, I don't give a crap. I really don't care. You know, Flawless, you know me, man. You know I'm not the typical Chelsea fan. At the end of the day, it's 9 games till the end of the season. What's the worst that could happen? Well, we don't make Champions League. We were already expecting not to make Champions League, and half the Chelsea fans already think that if you bring in Enrique or Nagelsmann, that's still not going to be enough to beat Real Madrid. They're already, you know, shivering in their boots about Real Madrid. So it's at the end of the day, we lose anyway. So just bring it back. Give the fans minerals what they want. You know, let them be happy for a moment. And who knows? Who knows? If Mount doesn't play, more respect to Frank Lampard. He's improved as a manager in my book.
The board's going to overthrow if he doesn't play that one.
Okay, Marshall, let me ask you though. You also have been today linked with Conte as permanent manager. Thoughts on that for next season?
That would suck. No, that would actually suck.
Why do you think that would suck?
That would suck because this guy's just toxic, man. He's pure. We must suffer general minerals. Fucking suffer genetics, man. We saw what happened with Spurs, you know, and I would argue he had good players there. He had some decent players there. He couldn't do shit with them, you know.
Well, we forgot. Are you forgetting 17-18 Chelsea, guys? 17-18 Chelsea was one of the worst.
That's fine.
Did you get the debut of Christensen?
Do you remember how good Heung-min Son used to be?
Look
at what happened to him under Conte.
Hey, can I just say something real quick?
Yeah, go on,
since I support Spurs as well. Obviously, I think the way he used Son was wrong, but I think there was a decline already with Son, regardless.
Yeah.
His game was getting worse anyway. So I do agree he made certain players actually play worse than other guys. But I'll be honest, when I look at Chelsea, I mean, you spent 600 million in a year with Conte, and you have Big Rom already there. He can get the fit again. Oh my God! Hold on, man. But the only issue is that.
He's not being serious.
It's cool. Just let him land, man.
I'm a space kill. No, I'm go away from the comments.
Wait, it's just doing Conte, bro.
God, no way.
Hold on. Oh God! Hey, I'm put your comment off, man. I can't take it serious. Thank you. But what I'm saying is the only issue with Conte is Madueke, Modric, Dacho Fofana, kiss your career goodbye because he's not gonna play you.
Ni hao,
You know what I'm
buddy.
saying? These guys gonna look to China. You're gonna get those tackle force minutes, bro.
Hey,
Before we continue, big up Surfer, big up Black Diamond in the cut as well.
my
Surfer,
God.
we'll cut to you first. Thoughts first and foremost on Lampard back at Chelsea as interim manager.
loves it.
It's a big disappointment.
April Fools.
Hey, Surfer, when they got Enzo to now, it's man, they should do a little clip on that.
Go on. Surfer. Go on.
We're already complaining about the guys not being coached properly, and you're letting basically a coaching equivalent of a retard go in there and coach these players. So I don't care about vibes. We've already got too much damage, and it's just extra damage going on. I really don't care about Frank Lampard going in. I think it's a mistake.
Thank you.
Mistake. I think people go in there, go, it'd be good vibes. You won't like it. It's revisionist history of the poorest football we've seen, up there with Potter and up there with AVB. I am worried about what actual damage he can do in 11 games, because I've seen it.
Relegation.
Right, okay. What
relegation.
long-term damage do you think he could do? Genuine question.
Well, flawless. He's coming flawless. He's bringing staff from Everton with him. It's not just Lampard. It's actual people that were Everton coaching staff that nearly got that could get them relegated. Okay, he doesn't know what he's doing. Okay, it's the equivalent of putting Timo in an F1 car. Do you know what I mean? It just doesn't make any sense.
Makes perfect sense to me.
If it wasn't Lampard, none of these guys would be actually great with this news. Everyone's going, it's only 11 games. That's a third of the season. Yeah, that's a third of the season. We've already got guys whose confidence is shot after Potter's management, and you're putting this guy in there. I mean, what is the point of putting Frank Lampard in there? Just because he played for the club? Okay, then why not just hire Gus Poyet then? Why not bring back Roberto Di Matteo, who actually are better managers than Lampard?
Yes, Andrew, what are you saying, bro?
Honestly, it's another poor decision. That's what it is.
Oh.
You should have bought Nagelsmann and Enrique in right away, so they can go ahead and start doing their job. Because everyone forgets the season ends early June. Season ends early June. Then there's internationals up until the 20th of June. That's when then the players go on holiday for 2 or 3 weeks. Then they're not back until do about 2 weeks of preseason training. The season starts August the 12th. Yeah,
jeez, that's
August the 12th. Yeah, everyone's forgetting that. This is poor planning. This is nothing but a PR move. And the Chelsea fans, who have not got one brain cell between them, are lapping it up because it's Frank Lampard.
Hey,
give me that brain cell crack.
Let him land.
It's a disgrace. Why we sacked him in the first place? Why are we then bringing him back? What is the point? It's just gonna make people who are not playing well even worse, and I don't know whether we're gonna get them back. I don't want him coaching. I don't want him coaching Mudryk and stuff like that. He can't coach defence. We're already complaining about our defence not playing well, or being able to, or set pieces not doing well. Our set piece under Lampard were a disgrace. He can't coach defence. He can't. Sorry, he can't coach. He can't coach. Yeah.
And to be fair, he coached.
And I guarantee you, what 1 or 2 times in this 11-game run, I'm going to see Mason Mount and Gallagher in a midfield 3.
Oh yeah.
Hang on. It's an absolute disgrace. If he wasn't Frank Lampard, honestly, we got to get better as a fan base, and to accept this and go, oh, it's just vibes. It's only 11 games a season. I think whoever says that, you're a disgrace as a Chelsea fan. Really hard.
That is great.
Man, I wouldn't have to.
This is another joke. It's a joke of a season. It's not even a good punchline. It's not even a good punchline, man. It's like a fart in the lift. This decision, man.
As long as we beat Arsenal, I don't care, bro.
We won't beat Arsenal. We'll get smashed by Arsenal with Frank Lampard.
We did it before. We did it before.
No, we didn't.
We
did it for Arteta's first game. Arteta's first game. He's beaten us ever since, and he's going to do it again. Yeah. We're going to get absolutely humiliated with Frank Lampard in charge. You thought it was worse?
He already can't score.
We're 11th.
Yeah. It doesn't matter. Well, we're going to go to 12 or 13.
Andrew, I have a question for you though. Like,
before you go, Marshall, hold that thought on that question. Let you answer that. Hey, everyone who's locked in, like I said, continue to get your questions in. Members in particular, I'm starring all your questions. There's just a lot going on. So any members of the channel, I'll star your questions. So get your questions in, even if it's not on this topic. Link for the memberships in the pinned comment as well. Let's bump up the likes. We're at 84. Let's get to 100. I'm going to add Lewis's channel and Marshall's channel, Casually FC, to the title as well. But yeah, let's get up to 100 likes and make sure you subscribe to the channel also as well. We're at 6,199. We're looking for 6 more subscribers. There's over 160 of you lot in the building. Get us to 6,205. Please hit the subscribe button as soon as you enter, because you know this has already been good. The stream about to get even better, people. So hit the subscribe button while you're here. Yeah, go on, Marshall. I know you're gonna ask a question.
I understand, Surfer, the idea that the players would probably get worse under Lampard. I get that, and I get wanting Nagelsmann and Enrique. And based on what I know, what we talked about, Nagelsmann's not available till summer. Enrique is one of the options that they want to see. They want to take their time and find other managers that could be suited for the job, you know, PowerPoint settings and all that. But I mean, what's the worst that can happen? Do you expect another manager to come in here, interim manager, Di Matteo, name it whoever? Do you expect another manager to come in and do any better, really? Like, what is there to expect from the season, really?
What's the worst? You serious?
Let him land. Let's surf.
I didn't want an interim manager. Who says Nagelsmann's not available till the summer?
Other reports are saying it. A lot of the reports are saying Nagelsmann wants to wait till the summer.
Okay, well then move on.
Apparently.
So, Surfer, what you're saying is you're totally against the idea of an interim manager. You're saying get whoever the permanent manager is.
This
I agree with him, by the way.
This guy's not a manager. He's not a coach. If Everton get relegated,
this is Frank.
If Everton get relegated for the first time in Premier League history, this will be solely down to Frank Lampard, not Sean Dyche, why they get relegated.
It's solely down to him.
Yeah. If you actually looked at his backroom staff at Everton, it's quite a good set of coaches, right? But they were just atrocious. And with us, David McGoldrick and Sheffield United strikers have got a career because Frank Lampard allowed him to score against us several times.
Forget Pereira,
yeah, exactly. But what I'm saying is, like, everyone, it's vibes, it'll be fine. Yeah, as soon as we lose, like 4-0 to Arsenal or stuff like that, let me see what your vibes are like then. Yeah, when we lose 6-0 to Man City or something like that, when United beat us 3-0, when Newcastle beat us 3-0 at the Bridge or something, let's see your vibes then. Let's see them then. How good your vibes are then. Oh, it's fine. It's only 11 games, and then the new manager's got to come in and build these players back up again in a short pre-season, whilst then bringing in new players as well. Yeah, so he's got to build that up as well. That's why I wanted a permanent manager in right away, because I told you it's like I need to get these scrubs out of here, and we're just bringing in another set of scrubs. Basically, they're just shit coloured. You know what I mean? There's just shit covered scrubs already because they're down in the dirt.
Can I ask a quick question? Quick question on the whole early preseason thing. So let's say Enrique comes in. Don't you think, let's say preseason comes in, Enrique's the type of manager that really focuses on the players that actually fit the system? Don't you think there's not a difference between him finding out who doesn't fit his system in the preseason and finding out who doesn't fit his system now? Like, I feel like it's going to be the same thing if it's going to be a manager like him. Maybe another manager. I hear it because maybe their managers want to give them certain players a chance. But let's be honest, some of these players as well that are already at the club, for the managers that I've seen get linked to, you guys been getting linked to, I don't know if they're going to fit all the managers, or it's all like kind of, you get one gegenpress, you get like in Nagelsmann, you get the gegenpress manager, then you get somebody who wants to completely have like possession and press up high the pitch as well, and then you have just the Continent who just wants to be a terrorist out there. So it's kind of like weird. Like I don't know what the idea is. That's why I feel like
the idea would be.
That's why I feel like they went with the Lampard idea and just want to take the time with it.
If you bring a permanent manager now, right? He can see who he wants. He's got 2 months to start building some kind of spine or something like that, and then he brings in other players. But you've got the base there to build off in 2 months that he's got in there that he can do. Okay, now. We've got Lampard in there, who I don't know, and no one knows what his style of play is. It's just literally crossing Inshallah. Who are we going to cross that into, by the way? Because there's no one to cross that into. Yeah?
Mason Mount.
And he won't be here. So what is the point? And then we start all over again on pre-season.
He's going to get Mason Mount to sign the contract.
With a manager getting his whatever football influence he wants. And then we're behind again. We're behind again and again.
But
it'll take them ages again. It's just
to be fair, but then to be fair, then.
Yeah, but can I add my 2 cents?
No, before you go, I just want to quickly say something. But then to be fair though, but I just saw it with United where Ten Hag, 2 games he saw in the season, Maguire is not it. Get the fuck out of the lineup. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, get the fuck out of the lineup. Until later the season, he maybe integrated them back, but with certain players, they're gonna leave. Don't you feel like these managers are not going to do the same thing? Because I don't think they are that stupid. That the caliber of manager that you guys are looking at right now, I don't think they're that stupid where they will give these guys thousands of chances until they can prove, unless the ownership kind of forces them to make it work with certain players. And if that's the situation, then it's going to be different. But I feel like those managers that you guys look at, I don't think they are that stupid where like it would take them months to realize these guys are not good enough. And if they are, then I feel like the ownership kind of issue with that.
Go on, Blood.
It's true. And from the point, Jed, what Winter Slipper is saying, thank God for the voice of reason. You going on to the manager that may come in. What Slipper is saying, the damage that could be caused in the next 11 games could be irreparable damage. Right? This is equivalent to you going back to your ex. Your ex who let all the fellas on the block run a train on her. You're going to take her back. Because people had to be mindful. Before Lampard was sacked, he would have spent £250,000. £263 million spent. He was sacked. Went across to Everton. Failed spectacularly. And now you're in a crisis. You now change managers. How could it be common sense or holistically bringing your ex back in the game? It is utter madness. Now, as a rival, I lost this yet. Now, Lewis is a youth man I really respect. I just give Lewis this prop. And I came on here now thinking twice, because I know it's Lewis' birthday coming up on the weekend and whatnot. And I don't really want to destroy Lewis. But Lewis cannot be back in the shit. When you see people like Johnny Minerals and Class Ref behind us, backing us, then you know you're in problems, brother. This is a club. You love your club. You just spent £623 million, and now you're going to put those assets in the hands of a man that blew a quarter. Come on.
For 9 games.
I just don't see what difference it would make between him or another manager coming in.
Let me ask you. Wait.
It makes no difference. We're not going to reach anything.
So, Lewis, do you not think Lampard could do damage that could hinder not only Chelsea in the preseason but also in the coming season in terms of making these players?
No, he's here for like 6 weeks.
You don't think he could do that in 6 weeks? No.
Nah, like at the worst, like maybe our run continues to be shit, but then he's just gonna leave. Like he's not a long-term manager. He's not gonna.
It's an interim
in that short time.
Okay, first.
I just think it's
the length of a school term.
And Lewis, I don't know where you stand on this, but like, we just had Graham Potter. Listen, I have to say,
probably
I'm not
more damaging if we're being real about it. Like, I get the concerns that you guys are making fair points, and I didn't even deep like the cutoff point between the end of the season and the start of next. That isn't a lot of time. I didn't deep that, so that's a very good point.
Yeah,
I just don't think it changes anything. Like in that short space of time, I don't think it changes anything. And if you bring in a long-term manager with the fixtures that we have coming up and the squad that we have right now, you're just setting them up to get criticized early on. I'd rather they just come in at the start of the season with a fresh start and just do whatever. Because if we kept Potter till the end of the season and then we had sacked him and got him a new manager, still wouldn't complain because we'd have a new manager coming in and he'd probably still be doing irreparable damage from now till that point if we're going to worry about Lampard. So it don't make a difference. It don't matter.
I get to this from Alam, who says genuinely asking.
It's not Lampard. It is what it is.
Yeah, genuinely asking, looking to learn what is this damage people are speaking of. You mentioned it, Surfer, so I'll let you go further. You know what I'm saying? If you can elaborate further when you say the damage, that if there's anything further. Because you mentioned about how you don't want Lampard coaching these young players. You don't want him coaching the players who are the majority who are short of confidence. Yeah. And he could make that worse. But short turnaround.
Would you go into an Uber if the guy didn't know how to drive?
No.
To an Uber cab? Would you do that? This is equivalent.
Would you need a license to?
No, to me, that's more equivalent to John Terry takes over. People wanted him and he ain't even done it.
This guy's proven he doesn't know how to coach. We've seen it at Everton. He doesn't know how to coach at all. Okay? Mm-hmm. He even brought more experienced coaches in and he made them worse. He made the coaches worse. Yeah? When I'm talking about irrevocable damage, I'm talking about not only physical, I'm talking about mental damage. Because these guys, he doesn't know how to coach footballers. Okay? He's one of those ones where he thinks because he was a great footballer, it automatically translated him to being a great coach. And it doesn't work. It doesn't work. It hardly ever works. And I'm worried because it's such a young squad as well that, we still got people that are starting to settle in. There's no doubt I will see a midfield three of Kante, Gallagher and Mount. I will see Kante as a single six in these 11 games, no doubt. I will probably see Kai Havertz as an 8, no doubt, in this. In the foot. I will see Kepa, who was completely atrocious under Frank Lampard. He will even have more mistakes. And everyone goes, it's only for 11 games. You won't be saying that when we get battered by Arsenal, when we get battered by City, battered by United, battered by Newcastle, battered by Brighton. Then where your vibes will be. Where will your vibes be then?
Can I caveat that?
Let him go and then you can go Black Diamond. Go on,
10 games. It's only 9 games. It's only 8 games. These will be the longest 11 games of your Chelsea supporting.
It is going to be deep. He's not wrong.
I've just added Chelsea back to the watch-along list.
You say 11 games. You say 11 games. It's 2 months. It's 2 months.
Fuck you, Flowers.
Yeah. Look how long it's been. Look how long it's been under Potter, right? What could be worse? Just having Frank Lampard as a coach is the worst thing out of this. No matter where we finish, Frank Lampard is not good enough, and he's going to cause even more damage to his legacy at Chelsea with this short stint than he did before. And that's not fair. That's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah, go on, Black Diamond, because Alam wanted to ask you the same thing in regards to what is the damage. So what further did you add to it? Go on.
So Sifa was very vocal about Bowley finally putting in a footballing structure. So Bowley is no longer calling the shot, and we have footballing people and footballing minds. Did Vivell make that decision to bring Lampard? And that's a rhetorical question. Because
it was tug of war.
I am putting it to you. Nobody can make that decision to bring back Lampard without Bowley fully backing it.
Exactly that.
And what I'm saying is, if you look at Bowley's thought process from the time he would have sacked Michel to start to spend money before he had an infrastructure, then bring in a manager, give him a 6-year contract, bring in an infrastructure, then fire the manager, and then now supersede the same infrastructure and director of football to say, okay, I am calling this shot to bring back Lampard. Nobody else could have called that shot but Bowley himself. The owner has the fee. And if he is looking at that sort of process, my brother, it is total fuckery. And anybody who endorses that ain't really serious. This is not vibe. The man mental thinking is a 4-4-3 formation in this man's head. Taking the same approach and running your club. And I will put it to anybody to come and tell me that I'm wrong. Silver's damn right. Anybody back in that budget has to be not serious, man. But
I've been waiting. Sorry.
Go on, Timo. Let Timo go on and you go, Ahmed, innit? Because Timo's not really said too much. I might regret this, but go on.
I was going to say that. Do you even remember what happened in the beginning of the September when we sacked Thomas Tuchel? Our fans literally have pissed about it, and then it was 4 days before the match was supposed to be take place against Fulham on Saturday. We're literally just panicking and literally getting a next manager straight away. They were panicking, but at this time alone, the reason why, if you look at the ownership as well, they're trying to bring in Lampard because I feel like they don't want to make the same mistake, that they don't want to rush it to get the permanent manager in as well. But at the same time, you've got the next 11 games. It kind of makes sense that they're gonna hire Lampard, and then whoever knows who's his backroom staff. Apparently, Mr. JT and Ashley Cole are apparently interested in taking parts of it. And who knows? Like, it might get worse, it might get better. At the end of the day, it's all about getting the vibes back in together again, because I feel like for the last couple of months, the atmosphere inside the Stamford Bridge has been stunk up. Fans are not happy with Todd Bowley. And you see the news that came out a couple of hours ago. The reason why Frank Lampard was appointed is a tactic ownership by the ownership to get the fans back on board again. It might sounds crazy, what's the word I was looking for? Crazy theory, but it kind of makes sense what they're doing right now. These owners are genius. That's why they're taking their time to get the right man in.
First, go on, Ahmed. Say what you're going to say. Because I wasn't
familiar with the game.
Go on, Ahmed.
I just want to say quickly, it doesn't matter what vibes Lampard brings. If you're losing 3-0, 2-0, 1-0, week in, week out, getting draws, what is that vibes going to do for you? What is that clapping? Is that clapping going to give you a win? It's not going to give you a win.
Ahmed, it's not. Ahmed, have you seen our fans literally turning on the ownership?
Bro,
no, they have been turning. But it seems like it's a short term. It's a short term fix. Yes. Your fans have turned on the ownership. So why not go and try and get the best manager for the job? Because you know what shuts up fans in a stadium is good football and winning football. So if Chelsea all of a sudden start winning matches from now to the end of the season, there's going to be a great atmosphere. Will there be a good atmosphere at the Bridge initially? Yes. That place is going to be rocking. Frank Lampard is one of the biggest legends of your football club. A lot of people's favorite players. Yes, 110%. But don't get mistaken. If you don't get packed 3-0 at Wolves, how's that gonna? What's the atmosphere gonna be like?
At the end of the day, it's not your call. At the end of the day,
we were 4-0 down at United, and they were trying super Frankie Lampard the whole second half. They were
yeah. That's crazy. But
there's 11 games. Problem.
Yes, that's the problem. That is a problem, but was that not the opening game?
That was a problem with it being at the start of the season. With where we are right now, I wouldn't care less either.
It's just like
people will let it slide for a longer period if they like the manager. That's what happened with my football club. We got packed 5. You know what I'm saying? We got packed by 5 by Liverpool, and people were singing his name. You know what I'm saying?
But we don't.
Let me just.
I'm not stabbing like you guys. Though. That's the thing.
Let me finish, and then you can go, Marshall. Go on.
Talking about like the damage Lampard has done. If you remember, Lampard wasn't speaking to some of these players for months at a time. It got reported that he wasn't speaking to some of those
he wasn't allowed.
So much damage. We won a Champions League 3 months after he left.
No, but after he left, keyword.
So much damage that we had to take 2 years. Like, it's only 11 games.
Lewis, would we won a Champions League with Lampard?
Well, I'm not saying keep Lampard.
We're not going to win one with
I don't care about being
this
here
season.
for 11 games. Do you guys think we want him here long term? Because we don't.
One at a time. No, but Lewis, you contradicted yourself by saying you don't mind it's Lampard, but as long as we don't lose to Arsenal. You contradicted yourself. So we do.
That's only because I don't want them to win the league.
No, but what? Okay, so if we lose to Arsenal, what are you going to say then with Lampard in charge?
Oh, I'll be pissed off.
Didn't expect much.
I wouldn't expect different. Like, we're fucking 11th and they're top.
But you can't then go. You can't then go. It's vibes, but then you don't want us to lose to Arsenal. Doesn't make any sense at all. And
you say that now. You say that now, but when Mount Havertz and Gallagher are starting every game, you'll be pissed.
Go to Marshall. Go on, Ahmed. Ahmed, finish your point. Go on. Finish your point.
The point I'm trying to make at the end of the day is that for me, it didn't necessarily have to be Lampard. That was the point I made previously. Like obviously before everyone else came in, it could have been any other guy that that could have been under the sun, and it would have been still the same. We could have gone through the 11 games, and it wouldn't matter. But we've chosen Lampard. It is what it is. All these vibes and stuff, it's not going to work, as I said previously, when we're losing games. And we're currently on a losing run. What is Lampard's formation? We've seen what that has happened. What's happened when he's done that. So why are we kidding ourselves? What are we kidding ourselves? Or see for Frankie Lampard, one nil Wolves. If it ends 0-0 Wolves.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get me. That's my point. Like it doesn't.
No, I hear your point. You should still go, and even if you're in a shit situation, you still try and go get the best. And Lampard is not the best for that situation that Chelsea are currently in.
Yes,
he's not. Why? Even yes,
he got
like,
fired by Everton.
Yeah, like you just don't like. I get like trying to be vibes and be more positive and but you know what? This is literally a popular.
I'd get if he was on a permanent, but he's here for 11 games. It impacts nothing.
They've done the popular thing in my sense. They've looked at
why
it's
not
going
get
bad.
Nathan Jones?
Who do we get?
He was sat by Southampton. Let's get Nathan Jones. What's the difference?
They could have hired anybody as the interim. I just wanted Potter gone.
That's fine.
Go on, Marshall. Go on, Marshall.
I just think like other than Lewis, I feel like I'm hearing people talk like we just gave up our chances at top 4 and gave up our chances at the Champions League. Like, let's be honest, half of you guys didn't even think we were standing a chance at the Champions League, and then the other half of you guys were watching Graham Potter hoping for a win. Like at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Like, yeah, we don't expect much from Lampard, but we're shit.
So let's
like,
get shit by hiring Lampard for next.
It doesn't matter. We're gonna
make
shit.
no difference.
It makes no difference.
This
damage, like, why are you so worried about Kepa? Just say the names: Rudiger, Kepa, the people that got benched under Lampard. Like, who cares? Rudiger's not here anymore. He's grinning it up over at Real Madrid.
Oh no, we're
and
gonna
Kepa,
miss the
who gives a shit about Kepa? We want to get rid of him anyways.
No.
It's not that. But you undone your argument by when you signed Tuchel after Lampard. And look what happened. Immediate positive changes.
Yeah, and that shows Lampard is not going to do irreparable long-term damage on an 11-game contract.
No. Lewis,
when Potter's
no. He won't for definite.
Then the damage is already done.
No.
The damage is done. It's called Minerals FC.
Right. No, Lewis, you're right. There's no guarantee he does damage. He could though. It's a possibility.
Because he's done it before.
He could. I'm not saying he will because you did win after Chloe. He didn't do damage. He didn't the first time. That was like sustaining afterwards. But getting a terrible manager can. You know what I'm saying? Not saying it definitely will. I understand the fear, even in 11 games.
But I'm like, isn't that argument?
I think we're just overstating it, honestly.
But Flawless, couldn't you use that same exact argument for Tuchel? Like he could cause irreparable damage. Like how often? Let me just land. Here's the thing. Go. Ever since we went to wingback, how often have our wingbacks gotten injuries? Isn't that irreparable damage? Look at Reece James. Now he's an injury-prone player this season. Like there's certain like managers. There's pros and cons. Like they can all bring in irreparable damage. Nagelsmann can yell at Kepa and shatter his confidence again.
You try and limit that by bringing in top quality coaches.
Yes, I understand. Lampard has a track record of this, but
with the Lampard thing, why I don't get it from a Chelsea perspective, the board, you're in a bad situation. Why not go, even if it's for 11 games, go and try and get the best possible solution?
Because the best option is not available.
No. The best one, but all right. So the best. So go get the second best. Go get the third best. To me, Lampard's the worst thing you could have done. He's legit the worst thing you could have done.
Remember you told me would you take Ali? This is the equivalent of taking back Ali.
Okay, can I ask a quick question?
Hey, that's a better option, and that's the crazy part. You might as well have went and got Ali.
Yo, Jess, what you saying?
Nah. Can I ask? Can I ask?
That's just to me though. You don't make a bad situation even worse, even if it's for 11 games because of what could happen. That's all I'm saying.
Wasn't Ollie fine for you guys heading Ollie being him on a permanent?
Interim manager Ollie, absolutely.
Right, and we have Lampard as an interim.
Yeah, 100%. But one thing Ollie has done to flip the argument, has he done what I can't pronounce the word, but has he done long-term damage to my football club now? Yes.
As a permanent manager, not as an interim.
Manager did. Yeah. But my point is you can do that as an interim or a permanent. You can do
that. You can bring Astrid Wet as an interim. I wouldn't give a shit.
The problem wasn't the short term with Ollie. Your part was the long term within that long-term role. Lampard's here for 11 games.
Yeah. And that's the point I'm making, Lewis, is I'm not saying he definitely does. I'm saying he could. Why extend the possibility of that? That's all I'm saying.
I think
I'm
people
just-
are
I
overestimating.
think
No,
we're
no,
feeding
I'm just,
too.
I'm just, no,
I
no,
feeding-
no. I'm
I think
just
we're
saying,
feeding too
why
into
do- I'm
hypotheticals.
saying in that. No, but you have to look at everything that is done when we're
Hypotheticals, he was
talking
here
about
for
these
18
things.
months. It's not hypotheticals.
No,
That's not
everything
what he
we're
did for
talking
18
about in
months.
this scenario, we're talking about we do on percentages and probables. Nobody thinks he's a good manager, so why bring him in? Even if it's for 11 games, to me that makes no sense.
To me, it does make sense. It does make sense. To me, it's
explain.
because this board did not actually plan to sack Graham
Exactly,
Potter.
and that's a problem in itself that you
Yeah,
have a
they
board
should
that are
have.
not
They
good.
should have thought about it since
That's the problem.
Southampton.
Yes,
but
They
they
must have
wanted to stick with him.
contingency plans.
They
You
wanted to
must
stick with
have
him, and then he
contingency plans.
wins. He wins against Dortmund. He wins against Leeds. He gets some wins, and all of a sudden the board thinks like, "Oh, he might turn it around," and then it goes back downhill.
And then you know
it's
what
like,
could
"Fuck it,
happen?
let's just do it."
And MUFC Kojo just mentioned it. If Lampard get, you know what, with this board making poor decisions, let Lampard go on a good run. You might not give him the job permanently. There is a chance of that happening.
I
Oh,
really
wait. And
Here's the thing.
okay. Here's the thing, is Lewis. You know how I know that's a possibility of that happening, because you might have considering Conte.
I don't even
good enough
believe
for the
that.
job.
I don't know if I believe that. I don't know if I believe that.
You don't believe the? Okay.
I don't know.
I'm
I don't
telling
know.
you, this Conte sacked this board. No one would have believed when this board took over. They would have sacked Tuchel.
The thing is,
wait.
You said this before.
No, Marshall. When the board took
Hold on,
over,
Marshall.
nobody would have thought that Tuchel would have been sacked and Graham Potter would have been hired.
But that was just Bowley and Iqbali. That's just two people. Now we
They're
have
still
Paul
involved.
Winstanley. They're
And
still
and
involved, but there's a lot
they're still
more
making-
people in
and
the
they're still making poor
kitchen.
decisions. They're still making poor decisions, like bringing back. Lampard.
Barley's reason why Lampard's back.
I don't know.
I'm just saying it.
I want to get Jed was saying something, bro. Wait,
I hear
wait,
you.
wait.
Because I would say just real quick then, and it's just a quick question that I think I know the answer to. But let's be honest: if you had the choice between either keeping Potter for the rest of the season or sacking Potter and get Lampard, which choice would you guys would have gone for then? If it was the only two options,
let's keep Potter.
If
That's
they're
not
both shit, then
literally-
they don't really matter, do it?
then this is my point though. So I don't really get why people are so crazy upset about it. This is what I'm saying. I get the point. This was Eddie said it earlier in the chat. Two things can be right. One way you can say the season's pretty much over already, and you can look at it from the perspective of is what it is now. They're gonna hire him as an interim. But then I get the other other points as well, where you can say, yeah, there's a potential damage he can cause. Maybe somehow, some way, he convinces Mount to stay at the club. That's another damage.
Hey, that is the biggest thing he could do.
But this is what I'm trying to say. I'm with Eddie. I'm actually with Eddie as well. I think two things can be right in this situation, to be honest.
Okay, so let's use some common sense here.
Potter's got a better record in Europe than Lampard, by the way. Just to put that out there.
Okay, two things, Marshall. This is Chelsea Football Club. Not so? Chelsea Football Club is an elite club. Am I right or am I wrong?
By the way.
Hey,
Right? Chelsea Football Club is this big elite club. I don't know what is your expertise in strategic or long-term or mid-term planning, but basic common sense here. All this travesty. How can you now bring somebody at Chelsea Football Club, bringing a manager that was sacked twice in the Premier League?
Exactly.
I mean, but that's the thing, though.
Like, just music here. No, is it logical? Is it sensible? Is it proper strategic planning?
I don't agree.
Football Club to bring in a manager that was sacked twice from the Premier League. I say no. Chelsea's a bigger club than that. Chelsea deserves better than that. And I don't know if you're operating off of nostalgia, because I am not a Chelsea fan, but I am here to talk truth. And I understand strategic planning. And so far, you all have not said anything to debunk the illogical thinking and the erratic thinking of Todd Bowley. You're just speaking off of vibes and emotions and nostalgia. It was just 11 games. That's how you
listen to the way you're
But
framing
we don't
this.
expect anything.
Listen to the way you're framing this. You're framing it as if I want Frank Lampard to be our manager. He's interim manager for 11 games. That, like, okay, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. What would you have done in this situation? What manager would you have brought in, and what would your expectations be?
No, I'm not Vivel, right? Yes, I'm
not either. But like, I'm asking you, if in an ideal situation, what would you have wanted?
In an ideal situation, I would not have brought in somebody that was sacked twice in the Premier League. Are you thinking?
Okay, so who do you bring in?
That's their job. Do due diligence.
Okay, so all right, you won't answer it, so I'm going to answer it for you. Let's just say we bring in Enrique or Nagelsmann. Okay, then what? He wins the rest of the season, and we're still out of the top 4, and we should still have to compete with Bayern or Man City in the Champions League and possibly get clapped.
No, this is called mental.
I generally don't get what we're all angry about.
Listen, the point is not even about Lampard. The point is that
there's nothing to play for. There's nothing to win for.
They are making a travesty of errors. But you're not understanding. We're not on the same level.
But you can't even answer me. Like, whatever could possibly come from Lampard just managing 11 more games? I get where Wintersurfer was coming from. The repairable damage and all that stuff. The player's confidence getting shot. Possibly bring the worst one, in my opinion, is possibly bringing Mason Mount back into the team. I think that's the biggest damage he could do. But other than that, like, what else could he do in 11
It genuinely can't get any worse than it already has.
Listen, we said that before.
Oh, we're gonna drop the first game.
We can't get relegated. We're out of Europe.
We can't get relegated. We can't make top 7. We're not winning the UCL. It don't matter.
It does matter.
Like the rest of the season is literally vibes. Yeah, I'm gonna be upset. Like, don't get me wrong. Like what Wintersurfer said earlier. Like, you're still gonna get upset when we get clapped 7-0 by Man City and stuff. Yeah, I am. But I was still gonna get upset about it, even if we kept Potter. Or like, regardless. Like, I hope we could win, and it's disappointing when we don't. Like, I'm a Chelsea fan. At the end of the day, I want to win, so it is going to be disappointing if we lose or not. So, like, whether or not we lose, like, the season's the same to me. Whether we kept Potter, or we just stuck with Bruno, or we stuck with Lampard.
A new manager has 2 months.
Then you all would have loved us in a situation like this. You all would have loved us to also bring back on.
A new manager has 2 months to set the foundations for next season.
Exactly.
They have 2 months to set foundations for next season. Who they want to buy. The people buying into their way of football that are settled in. But no, we're not going to do that. We're just going to give it because we don't care.
How do you know that, though?
That's the wrong attitude to have.
That's the thing, like,
to have. And that's the attitude that's plagued us for the past 5 years.
I'm not convinced that that's what's going to happen, though. Like, I think what they're generally going to do is like, all right, Lampard, take the reins while we try to figure out who the next manager is. We're going to do interviews. We heard about Enrique doing his PowerPoint, and then Nagelsmann and whatever's going to happen. They want to hear the ideas, and then they work with the manager that they decide on going into the next summer. Like, I think that's what generally is going to happen. We have Stanley, Vivell, all these other players, all these other.
They fail to understand the time limit between the end of the season and the start of the new season. There's a limited amount of time. We have to hit the ground running next season. Okay,
I get that.
Okay, well, I don't think you do because you guys.
No, I get that because. The thing is, Andrew, I get it though because I agree with you. I rather had the long-term manager now, so he has a bigger preseason.
Right. So
but that's just not possible right now.
That's what we're saying. The rest of us are saying that we wanted someone in who could start the foundations early because we have to hit the ground running next season. Top 4 is a minimum next season that we should be trying to achieve. Okay? It doesn't. Sure. It's not acceptable where we are right now. It's not acceptable to finish outside of the top 4, 3, 2, whatever you want to do. We have to hit the ground running next season. Okay? And that's why you bring in a manager right now to set the foundations and get.
But we're likely to have 1 game a week next season, so we're going to have plenty of time in between games to implement that style of play.
I don't even think it's that. I think they're not trying to make the mistake of rushing into another manager like what they did with Tuchel and they got Potter. I think they're taking their time and they're doing their research. They interviewing Enrique.
Yeah, they want to interview
Pochettino.
They did that with Potter.
They've been.
They should have done it sooner.
Reports came out.
Yeah, that's the real issue. That I get. Yeah, they should have done
that. I get. They should have done it sooner. Southampton should have been like, all right, start bringing in the resumes.
That's not the real issue for me.
If that's your anger, then I get that.
The real issue for me is that it feels like they just thought like they just prepared for Potter's sacking. Because if you really want to sack him, we could have had a new manager in by now. If that makes any sense. Listen, this strategy is telling me that they weren't prepared to sack him at all. The fact that they're looking around looking for other things, this process should be done by Southampton, and then when he got sacked, a new manager should be here. And Andrew's making a good point. I'd rather a manager play games because you can only do so much in training pre-season. Actual in-game decisions and in-game management and in-game playing will help a lot for next season. You might be looking at short-termism. Okay, exactly. You might look at short-termism. Okay, this season,
you're wasting your time.
Wait.
You might as well put your energy angry towards the board then.
But it's true. The board's been reactive. The board is
wait. Hold on.
I get that.
Hey, let him make his point. Let
Victor make his point.
Yeah. So what Andrew's saying makes sense. Use this 10 games so the manager can know who he wants and who he doesn't want for next year. Because whatever happens, we know this manager is here for the long term and he's doing his stuff for the next season. This is short-termism. We're just looking what's going to happen in the season. Okay, cool. But like Andrew said, it's 3 weeks. It's a break 3 weeks in between before next season starts. We need to start now for next season because you can't spend 600 million to then accept again.
But we're likely playing one game a week.
Listen,
our biggest problem with Graham Potter was that we had one game a week a lot of times and we weren't improving.
We had multiple breaks, and in that time, a good manager
we will have multiple breaks because we're not making top 7.
No, listen, it's better we build in now. Rather than saying, okay, we wait till next season. It's short-termism.
But there's no difference between doing it now or in the summer. It's not short-termism.
It's better because Lampard's going to come in and he's going to mess shit up because he can't coach.
He's not going to do any more damage that's not already been done.
I think you're underestimating how much a bad coach messes up.
I think you guys are underestimating.
Do you not underestimate how bad Potter's been?
Bro, listen. I can tell you firsthand, right? We got Sancho in the summer. That we signed Ole to a new contract. That brother at Dortmund and that brother at United is two completely different
Bundesliga tax.
No. Listen.
I am not logged in.
The thing I'm saying is, that's just one example. Bro, you can underestimate how much if a player's confidence is that shocked, it can take him years to come back. Some may never do. And you guys have bought so many young players and invested over 600 million. To give that to a fucking coach who can't coach, that's crazy to me. That's like knowing there's sharks in the water.
Games, it's not a long time.
It doesn't matter. It's like there's knowing there's sharks in the water, and even if you're swimming for 5 minutes or 10 minutes, I'm gonna go dive in head first.
The other option was Potter, and we'd be saying the same thing.
You know what's crazy? I don't hear this argument for Potter, the damage that he's done. Look at Aubameyang. He hasn't played. Devin Fofana brought in here for a lump sum fee, doesn't get to play at all.
Talking like Potter's Lampard's a cancer as a club. We've been having the cancer. It's not going to get worse.
I don't think anyone on here said that.
No one said that.
But it's just these arguments didn't come up at all during Potter's time. They're only coming up now during Lampard.
Yes, they did. What are you talking about? I said this.
But about the damage done, we question why he doesn't play Aubameyang and Fofana and all these other players. We never talked about the damage he's doing, the irreparable damage.
But Marshall, we knew why Aubameyang wasn't playing. We knew We knew he's a board decision to put Aubameyang not to play. We knew he didn't want him to play. But so again, the things what happened.
But that's when the board's fault then.
Yes.
And by the way, I don't know if anyone else sees it this way.
Let me just finish quickly. I just
go ahead.
Right now, is our board should have been more proactive. They've been too reactive.
Yeah. Exactly.
At the Southampton game, they should have realized, okay, it's GG for this guy. Okay, so they should have worked behind the scenes. Looked at the managers that they wanted, done the short list, done the little interview things they needed to, then sacked Potter on the spot when they had their manager and got their new manager in. That's what should have happened. But they didn't do it because, as we found out, apparently after the Aston Villa game, all those boos that they got, they were surprised by, and that's what led them to sack him.
The way I see it, though, it's we realistically only had one of two options. Either we go for the interim and get a proper manager at the summer, or we rush it and possibly get another bad decision manager. That's the two options we had at this point. They made a mistake of not planning it, but
again, I've said this already. You could have chosen any other manager to be interim other than Lampard. Why did it have to be Lampard?
What difference would it make? Because
he's known to be shit.
Listen, you know Lampard.
only shit.
Lampard is a
Only
known entity. Lampard is a known entity. All right, the other guys at least you can make the argument. Okay, they're not so much of a known entity.
We're just
You could
circling
have just
around
moved
like
on from them.
circle,
As
you
simple
know.
as that.
That's what I'm saying. I think this argument. I think there's only two sides to this argument that
People
to be
just
honest,
have different
you're not going to
opinions,
find the
I
answer.
guess.
You're not going to find the answer to this. To be honest,
I have a better question.
I know this. The thing is, I know this argument because I have it literally in my own fan base. I don't give a fuck about the season. I had yesterday, I think 2 days ago when we drew to Everton, I had guys telling me shit like, "Oh my god, why did we do this? Why did you do that?" But I'm like, "Yo, the season is over. Why are people don't getting it?" But other people are like, "Nah, but there's something still to do something. You can still at least do this and that." But I'm like, I'll be honest. Like, I think this argument is never going to stop. To be honest, like, it is what it is. I think Lampard is going to be he's going to be the interim, and you just have to deal with it. To be honest, and to be honest, quick question before somebody else goes: is somebody locked in because Eddie wants to come up?
No,
Not locked in.
No, there's 8 people, so you should be.
No, but Flores is not here, so you can't rise them in.
Oh,
Yeah, it has to be someone who has the.
I think a lot
Hey,
of
I have a question. I have a question for you Chelsea fans. Yeah, are you moving on from the Lampard thing? Are you guys just concerned about the lack of planning from your board? Because the Aston Villa signing, right? There is much worse losses you guys have had than that one, in my opinion.
The Southampton one was the worst one.
That's what I'm saying. And now there's reports that apparently they're considering Conte and all this stuff. Like, it feels like, as Alam said in our group chat, it feels like last summer. It's just very scattergun. Like, no one knows what's going on. And you guys said that after that summer, you guys are confident that it'll change around because, there's a footballing structure coming in. But this doesn't seem like structure to me because, Vivell trying to go for Nagelsmann and Enrique, they're two different philosophies. So I'm not sure what's going on. Like, are you guys concerned about that? Especially with this Lampard news, everything?
Of course. I think there is some level for you to be concerned about. If they're not being, proactive enough, letting the football heads do their jobs, then of course you're gonna be a bit worried. You have to be.
I'm not. I
feel like you have to begin to worry, Marshall. I'm not saying that, of course, you have to be automatically worried, but these are a few signs where, why is that not happening fast enough? You know what I'm saying? Like these are mistakes that are a bit too, what's the word? Rookie. They're too much of a rookie error. Like, guys who have had experience, maybe even in the end, what's the league again? The baseball league, whatever. Yeah, even that you would think, in the national baseball, you would think guys who have been there would also have that sort of basic level of knowledge, even as a fan.
And
that's all I'm just saying. I feel like I am a bit worried, but it's a wait and see approach again.
I just look at it at the bigger picture. Like, of all the things that the manager or the owners have gotten wrong, the manager's been the one that they got wrong, really. I mean, player-wise, transfer-wise, other than Aubameyang, did we really fuck up with transfers? Mudryk is still up in the air. Madueke is still up in the air. We don't know. When it comes to development of the stadium, have they fucked up with that? Not really. We're looking to make more progress than we ever have under Roman. What else is there to look at? When you look at the structure of the club, we actually have a director. We kind of have a director of football coming in the summer, sporting director, technical director, all types of directors. We can fucking cast a new movie for Chelsea, man. Like, I don't even know. Sponsorships, we're getting new sponsorships. Like, is really we're too focused on just the manager aspect, which they've struck out on. Admittedly, they struck out with Graham Potter. The biggest mistake they made was sacking Tuchel too early because of the differences, and maybe he wanted a yes man, and Tuchel wasn't that guy. Like, it's just one thing, and they're new to the sport. So for being new to the sport and really only fucking up in one criteria, which is selecting the right manager, I can't really criticize them too much. And they're hiring the right people. Like, I don't think anyone here is saying Vivell's not that guy. You know what I'm saying? I don't think anyone here is saying Win Stanley's not that guy. Win Stanley, who worked with Potter in Brighton, was the one that got him sacked. So he's, working in the best interest in the club. Like, we're hiring the right people. You could see that we're building a good team. We got good players. Like, I don't think there's much really going wrong outside of the managerial picks and the results of the games, because that one affects the other. So, I'm not that worried about it. It's only been one season. Roman Abramovich was he was looked at as a whole picture with this whole reign. You know, he wasn't looked at for just the one season. So give it time. Who knows what might happen? And with that being said, welcome back, Flawless.
Yeah, man. Virgin Media fucking about. That's what it is. My head's hot, man. You know what I'm saying?
That
Head
money
is hot.
Wi-Fi, yeah, man.
Head's hot. Yeah.
Hey, it's sponsored by
What do
Boomer's
you
Bounty.
mean? What do you mean money
Yeah.
Wi-Fi?
How's that
Thank
good
you.
Wi-Fi working
hold
for you
on,
now,
hold
Ahmed?
on,
How's that
hey,
working
hold
for you?
on,
innit?
hold on.
How's that working for
Hold
you?
on.
innit? You know what I'm
Dickhead.
saying?
Hold on.
Yeah, clown. You know what I'm saying? My head's hot, man. Fucking Virgin been fucking about. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to join as
I
well.
think, is Eddie backstage?
Nah, it's just Alam who's just backstage.
I
He's just
send
joined.
him the
Yeah,
link.
Eddie,
I
once
sent him
someone
the
leaves,
link
I'll
as
link
well.
you in. Yeah.
Big up
Eddie,
everyone, by the way.
once someone joins,
Okay,
you know what I'm
I
saying?
can drop down
yeah.
anyways. I'm gonna listen.
All right, cool. Eddie,
Big up,
yeah,
big up.
join. Yeah. Eddie, joining it. Yeah, you
I'm
man carry on.
back. Ooh.
Yeah.
Ah,
no,
get
I
him out,
think you
man.
would.
Get him out. Hey,
I
someone
was
donate
joking,
man.
£10.
Just kidding.
Timo, donate $5.99, man. Get the guy out of here, man.
Yeah, I can pay. I'm willing to pay.
He's
£10.
annoying you, right, Timo?
I'm willing
Just
to
get
pay
him
this
out,
one.
man.
I'm willing to pay the £10. Don't you worry about that, G.
Oh, yeah.
Timo. A source told me Ahmed called you a dickhead, man. Go on, send that.
I don't
Yes.
call people dickheads.
But
It's
yeah.
Ramadan.
My bad, you man. Yo,
Hey,
Eddie, I know
what's
you're trying to get at me. I was just trying to sort out the friggin' see what was going on because this shit been fucking around the past couple of days and I'm annoyed because they just doing shit up in this and that. You know what I'm saying? Fuck,
Okay.
Chris. Nice. Yeah, you man carry on and I didn't mean to
Wait.
interrupt the show.
Since Alarm's here, what are you saying, big man?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's my thing, right? There's reason to be concerned, but I honestly, like, my focus on things is directed differently than a lot of the other people who have frustrations with the board. Like, I'm gonna take us, I think the Lampard thing was announced about 4 hours ago. I'm gonna take us 5-6 hours into the past and just like really focus on the situation that we were in before Lampard was named as this interim manager. 5-6 hours ago, we were a club that spent a bunch of money, fired a manager in September, rushed to hire another manager, got rid of him 7 months later, and was ultimately in a position where, for one reason or another, because we can't say we know for sure, was unable to hire a permanent manager, right? Now, whether that's because the guy they're locked in on isn't willing to take the job yet already, or immediately, whether they don't know who they want to hire, whether the main guys they want to assess are looking to take time off for whatever reason, they're unable to make a permanent hire, or they consider the situation as it's not the right thing to do, right? So at that moment already, I think you've made a bunch of serious mistakes to put yourself in that position. I personally don't think once you get yourself in that spot, there's a great thing you can do to fix the situation. Now, obviously, I'm not thrilled by the interim appointment, right? But again, my focus is what you've done to put yourself into the situation, because I think attention needs to be paid to how terrible of a spot that you're in to need an interim manager with 11 games to go, right? Not a permanent, but an interim manager. You have to look for somebody that is, one, available to take a job right now, two, willing to take a job for 11 games, and essentially waste their time because they're not advancing towards getting a position for next year. So they're free right now. They're looking for employment for the future, and they're doing nothing towards getting it, right? You have to find somebody that's willing to take on that opportunity. We're talking about a lot of other people and what they could have done, but who's to say anybody else wants this position? It's a terrible thing to advertise, right? So people are going to act like there's a bunch of other candidates and we had a bunch of options. I don't think that's a guarantee thing. This is a shit situation to put yourself in, right? That's the focus. That's where I think the attention should be. It's possible that Lampard's the only person willing to take on such a shit opportunity. We don't know for sure. There's a lot of stuff we can't say we know for sure, but it's possible that nobody else wanted this opportunity, right? That's how bad of a situation the board put the club in. And that's where my focus is, right? Lampard might come in and do this irreparable damage. Maybe not. I don't know. What I can say is whatever irreparable damage he did in 2.5 years, Tuchel managed to fix in 3 months, right? So an elite manager was able to come in and figure things out. Will Chelsea find another elite manager after Lampard? The way the board is moved, it would be difficult to suggest that it's guaranteed they will. But again, like, the important thing is the hire after this, and the important thing is to criticize them for putting the club in this situation. But the specific move of Lampard isn't where I put my attention, right? A lot of my attention is around this move, and I think there's a lot to criticize, and I think there's a lot of pressure on who that permanent hire is. But yeah, I understand where people are coming from that are really focused on specifically bringing back Frank, but yeah, I just think that the important thing is how we got here.
Nah, fast, go on, Eddie. You know what I'm saying? You got a lot to
No,
say.
yeah, I'm gonna just be real quick. No, I gotta dip. I gotta be real quick. But
yeah, no stress.
It's kind of like what I
before you carry on, loving that United shirt as well. But go on. You know
Let's go.
1-0. You know,
let's go.
Let's
go.
But
hey, Ahmed, I know that burns you. Hold that.
Let it burn, dog. But no, I just want to say, like, look, like I said, two things can be true because I feel like y'all need to put y'all energy in two places, right? Now, with the people saying it's just vibes, I understand it. You want to know why I understand it? Because I was there too. I had Ragnick talking about girl presses with a midfield of Ollie, of Bruno and Fred and McTominay. I ain't have nothing going on, bro. I really didn't have nothing going on, but this is how you bottom out. And so I think the key point, and again, you can definitely hold Frank accountable. I know that there are people that don't want to hear the vibes thing, and that's what I think their reaction is. You just don't want to hear it, but you have to understand, vibes is where you are at right now. You have gone through two managers in I don't know how many months. It's unprecedented. Even Roman don't move like this. You bought 600 players, put them all on TLC contracts, and y'all trying to figure out what's next with them too.
TLC
contracts. Listen, it's all bad. It's not just Lamp, bro. It's all bad. So when I hear say, I'm looking at the board, yeah, bro, that's it. That's the reasonable place to look. And the 11 games, unless y'all really think he can get y'all. I have to do it.
I laughed, you know.
That's my dog. Unless you honestly think he can get you relegated, what's the point of going on? What's the point? If you really think he can relegate you, then I get it. I honestly get it, right? If you think that's where this is ended, then I get it. Kick up the storm, go protest for all I care, right? But just keep in perspective that you're in an unusual situation. You have a manager who's highly unusual, and like Timo just said, this was not a footballing-based decision. This was I want the fans on my side decision.
Yeah.
Nothing more, nothing less. There's no footballing reasoning that will ever support Frank Lampard getting that job back. There's none. You look at Spurs right now, not to shit on Spurs, but what are they going through? They said we're gonna fire our manager and we're gonna leave you with his lead assistant. And what the fuck happened? It's just Spurs. It's just Spurs with a wish.com contact. It's really that simple, people. Then you got, Chelsea, it's something different. That's all you can say. It's something different.
That's life.
That's it. So I hear people being discouraged about the Lampard thing because again, he's a shit manager. It's like the only thing I say that's different between him and Ollie in this situation is Ollie still didn't have the cachet to be acting like he was. Right? Yes. Lampard has an army, a nation, fucking Navy, UFOs they want to come through and support. That motherfucker got the heads on his side. So the morale is going to be there. There's going to be some slippage room. There's going to be some area for him to fuck up in some more because they're not operating at we should be doing better mindset. They're operating at we're fucked right now and we need something and we can't go back to what we just had because that makes us look crazy. So I'm sure there was somebody who didn't want Frank Lampard to go, who's still in that building right now, and was
Absolutely.
knocking on the table for him to come back. And that's how you find yourself here. And again, Todd Bowley, just being ignorant to the situation in this footballing landscape, which he's showed us, has just done what he's always done. Like, he's made dare I say, like, it's not this. It's a simple solution to a real complex situation, and that's what he's doing. Like, his simple solution is just splash cash, get people on my side. And now here we are. It's like, bro, you tried that, getting people on my side shit. You lost out on, quite arguably, your best manager in the last couple of years at Tommy T. Players aren't buying. That's another thing too. Now, Chelsea, like, look, I get being mad at Lampard. I get being mad at ownership. Stop on these players, please. Oh, my fault. Am I back?
Yeah, your back is calm. It's calm.
Yeah, my last point is this, because I hate this shit when it happens at my club. You can talk about the man.
You broke up for you, lot.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
I think it's done as well.
Yeah. They'll be back.
Yeah,
You're back. Yeah, you're freezing, Eddie. If you can hear us, if you're
again,
freezing.
like Eddie is already spot on there, and again, it's just like when is it?
I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna leave after this, Timo.
Go on, Eddie.
You should put those players on a fucking stake before anybody else. They've been getting away with this shit for months. That's who you really should get at too. But yeah, I'm gonna let y'all cook, man. Appreciate y'all.
Yo, Eddie, love, man. I'll catch up with you if not tomorrow, definitely Friday.
Big up.
Yeah, that appease tactics by the board. These lot are one of the genius persons in the world right now, and they're very stubborn. That they think that they are always right. They don't want to get things like they don't want to admit that they're wrong. That's the caliber of owner that we have these days.
I don't know, man. I think they admitted they're wrong when they had to sack Potter after signing him for a 5-year deal.
I think it was just like knee-jerk reaction. But you lot, I have been starring all the questions not relating to this topic, so don't worry about that from all the members. I will get to them before we close out. Do not worry about that.
The fucking Lakers. Fuck this Clipper cunt.
Yeah, Lakers. Oh yeah, that being said,
God
speaking of that, 3 a.m. people, 3 a.m. UK time, just over an hour from now, live on the Sarcasm. Sarcasm City TV, Twitch. There will be LA Clippers versus LA Lakers watch along going down. Clippers versus Lakers is actually a lot at stake on this. You know what I'm saying? So we'll be discussing that over on the Twitch. Make sure you are following the Sarcasm City TV Twitch. If you're a fan of the channel, support the channel. And you want more Sarcasm City TV in your life, why would you not? You know what I'm saying? Make sure you are following the Twitch, people. Make sure you're following the Twitch. Download the app for free. You sign up for free. And we have different content over there. It's not the same. It's not the same content as what you see on the YouTube. It's sport, but it's just different. You have Champions League watch-alongs over there. Non-Manchester United Premier League watch-alongs over there. Fan calling shows. NBA shows. The NBA watch-alongs. Plus more people. And no Ryan either. You don't appear on the Twitch. You know what I'm saying? What an incentive.
And it's Twitch. So people, like are a little bit less reserved.
Twitch. So people, the 1% people hold back, that's gone over there as well. You know what I'm saying? And that this is like 18 plus rated over there. It's like there's no rating. Like this is just complete. People be saying all types of shit over there. They're saying, but you say on here, you got certain people waving up Havertz shirts when he scores. But whole different conversation.
Fuck the Celtics as well, man.
Keep hating, bro.
I'm not hating.
Am I hating? It's called being passionate desire,
Listen,
man.
one more game.
Yeah, Celtics is our rivalry. What are you on about?
We'll get to this in NBA.
Cook him, man. Cook this, man.
We'll get to this, man.
Did he just say Celtics isn't a rivalry?
No, I said Celtics. It's our rivalry.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We both got the same titles. It's like
not United and Liverpool.
All right. We'll get to this then. It's question to Flawless Ahmed. Why do stock merchants compare Lewandowski to Benzema? Benzema, it's good at stat padding. You're saying Lewandowski is good at stat padding versus dead teams like Mainz in the Bundesliga, while Benzema delivers enough in big games. Because they've just been two of the top strikers at the same time, people are just automatically going to compare them. That's legit what happens. When you have two top players in the same position, so whether that's striker, whether that's goalkeeper, automatically people are going to rate. Like even in this country, you see Reece James and Trent that was automatic comparison. Why? Because they play for two of the biggest teams in the country. They're two of the top players in their position. So automatically people are going to compare them. And that's all it is with Benzema and Lewandowski. Both top class, both sit at a certain table. Do I prefer Benzema? Yes, but I'm not going to shit on Lewandowski because he's still quality. He's still been a part of a Bayern Munich side that won a quad. I think he's won 2 Champions Leagues, I think. Like, he's solidified. He's just doing extra shit now. Go on, Tazo.
No. It says question to Flawless and Ahmed. He's not talking to you, Murtaza.
Yeah. Shut up.
Hey, you can hold that, man.
You got Frank Lampard, man. I want to be talking too much.
Go on, get to it, Tazo.
Levin Disney is a frat track bully, man. He's just bullying on the little kids. That's what he is. When the time's to come on, picking someone his own size, he disappears. He is a big game ghost.
Yeah. No,
bro,
not in now, yes, but not in like in his
bro.
not
There's very few. If you look at his big game record, it's not good, bro.
Yeah, it's not the
Jazz
best.
will tell you this. Jazz will tell you this better than me.
I heard the Lewandowski thing. Not Lewandowski. Levin Disney thing. I had to jump on.
That's what I'm saying. This guy is Super Saiyan Lukaku, man.
Kaiserslautern, VfL Bochum, Freiburg, fucking Eibar, Elche. But we had the big games, bro. We had the big games.
Who would have in his defense? The reason why in the Bundesliga, who's his big game?
His big game is Dortmund.
Yeah, it's Dortmund, so I can't really. If he had scored like against Dortmund over both games more often,
where are the Champions League games?
What we talk about? Champions League is where I'm more critical. He has scored against the. I am critical of him.
He scored in
Champions League. Has he not won 2?
No, he won one.
Yeah, he won one. Yeah,
he won one.
But the thing is, on the run, he was kind of decent. Scored in couple knockout stages. In the final, he ghosted. I'm telling you, this guy, big games. Guys disappear. It's just that people don't read even how big it actually is. All I'm saying is I have an agenda. This is another thing that I have to say.
I'm glad you said that.
I have an agenda.
Okay.
I keep it 100.
Lewandowski.
I don't think he's not even close to Benzema. I never felt he was ever close to Benzema.
Exactly.
And
well, again, that's not a shot. There isn't many who are close to Benzema.
That's the point. But
he's saying that's what he's saying. Comparing him, that's his question. That's why don't get me twisted. Benzema is one of the best strikers in this generation, but Benzema is just a different level.
Yeah,
Lewandowski is up there, but
the reason
comparing
why
him to Benzema is crazy.
Yeah, but the reason why people do that is just because they're two, like I said at the very start, they're 2 top players in their position. So automatically, that's going to happen. That's just automatic.
What it is? It's like comparing Neymar to Ronaldo. That's what it is. Because they're
what Ronaldo?
2 of the bro in their prime, right? In their prime.
What Ronaldo?
What do you mean?
He said Ronaldo,
Cristiano. Sorry, because when it was Ballon d'Or, it was obviously Messi's a better player between both of them. But between 2 and 3, people would say, "Oh, Ronaldo's 2." Some people even put Neymar 2. That's what it is.
Mm-hmm. Well, to that comparison, people would mention it. Now, I don't think it's close, but just to answer it, that's why people debate it because it's 2 top players. That's what it is. It's Benzema Bell. Yes. Is Benzema?
I think Don Dada wants to come in again. Pause. I think he wants to join again.
Space fam, if he wants to join.
There's space. Oh, okay. All I'm saying is, you know what Benzema is? He's everything. He's everything. Like he is literally Rihanna. This is what he is. And then I see Lewandowski, and then I feel like he is. He's Taylor Swift, overrated, fam. This is what Lewandowski is to me.
Wild analogy.
I'll be honest.
Wild, but
I was gonna do the Rolls Royce Chrysler 300 thing. This man really just did Rihanna and Taylor Swift.
This is going overboard. Lewandowski's one of the best strikers of all time.
Yeah, of course. But yeah, Jazz.
He destroyed Real Madrid when he was at Borussia.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing is, the reason why I let it go because you have to let like Jez said, he's got an agenda, and we know Taza likes to go overboard with these things. So it's like,
no. I have a level agenda as well. I do.
Oh, I didn't know.
You have an Ancelotti agenda, and you're just wrong. So
yes, I will. Yes.
How dare you?
Yes. Yeah. Tell me something I don't know.
You on that one?
You don't know
whatever,
football.
man.
That's what you don't know. That's what you don't know.
Whatever,
You don't
man.
know football,
Frank
to
Lampard,
Dan,
mate.
who says this, he says, but which manager suits Chelsea the best? Enrique will win big trophies, but been out of the club, been out of club football since 6-7 years. Julian Nagelsmann's young experience, but will the egos get to him? Conte's ex-Premier League Chelsea coach. We'll go to the Chelsea fans on this to run through it. Which manager do you want, Surfer? We'll go to you.
Well, first of
Who do you
all,
want to take over?
Conte's not a Chelsea goat coach, okay? Let's not do this, yeah? Whatever he said, Conte ex-Prem Chelsea goat coach, please.
Yeah, that's what she said. Which manager do you want?
The Nagelsmann goes to the egos. It's a very young squad. You know what I mean? Overall, I don't think there's much. I mean, Cook, get a bit.
Who's eating something?
Good Lord, man! Could you get that closer to the microphone?
You know it's Timo, man. You know it's fucking
Christ,
Timo. I just moved up the thing and just muted him. I knew it was Timo. You know what I'm saying? There's 10 people here and I knew who it was in it. You know what I'm saying? I knew it. Yo, that is cash money. If someone's making some unnecessary noise, yeah.
Cash money.
Jesus Christ!
I'm tired.
Hey man, I got my piece, man. Come on, man. I got my piece.
He's got his piece. Jesus Christ.
Undefeated. God damn it, man.
Yo, first, I can't lie. That's the best work, man. That's the best work.
What is this, man?
Now, Flowers needed that after the internet bullshit.
Yeah, I did. You're right, because my head was hot, man. I was fuming. I was looking for the I was gonna do full on Karen, but we moved. Yeah, go on, Seth. Carry it. I'm saying my head is hot. My head.
Sorry,
no, that's what I mean. All these coaches have got. There's something. There's a
asterisk on.
No one's perfect. Yeah, there's an asterisk beside them. You're right. Enrique out 6 or 7 years at the club game. Got to put in mind his daughter was ill, so he was out a few years looking after her before she passed away. So we've got to take that in mind as well. He's also been an international manager. Yeah,
fuck you, Pride.
It's older. If you read this, older.
Yeah, that's
also he's been an international manager as well. Takes a lot. He had a great stint at Barcelona. I thought he actually underachieved at Barcelona. So there we go. Nagelsmann has just come from Bayern, but like I said, maybe Nagelsmann suits it better because the squad is overall a lot younger.
So, Surfer, if you could pick, would Nagelsmann be your pick? That's the top realistic option.
I think
you go Julian Nagelsmann
because of how the squad is set up.
All right, cool. No, that's fair. That's fair. Marshall, what are you saying? Who would be your pick?
So, I mean, the question was which manager choose Chelsea the best. I would personally pick Enrique. I think this guy, I think managing the egos he had to manage at Barcelona is not an easy feat. Everyone wants to say like, oh, they could have won Champions League by themselves. Well, look at this, how good of a team that we have with the talent that we have and how they can't do shit by themselves. So I think that is ridiculous thing to say about Enrique's managing. Yes, he didn't do that well at Roma and whatever other team he was at before. I forgot which team. But I saw what he did at Spain, and although a lot of people aren't that impressed, I don't think people had many high expectations for Spain to begin with. And for him to actually make Morata at one point in that cup top goal scorer, have a midfield of Pedri and Gavi in there that looked amazing. I was actually impressed with Spain. So I think personally, I would take Enrique. I think it would have been ideal if we still had Jorginho, but we don't. So we move. I'm not going to dwell on the past, but if he's going to play possession football with some wingers, we definitely have talented wingers with Madueke and Mudryk, who are going to be up and coming, depending on who stays. There's also Sterling as well, who is going to be in the club next season, I hope. So we have good attackers. It's just someone that needs to bring out the talent in them, right? We have Enzo, who could probably suit him really well in a possession-based, I guess, model. And who knows what's going to happen with Conte and Koba. But these players have played possession football under Tuchel, so maybe it does suit them. But I think Nagelsmann would probably be the best suited for the job, to be fair. I think with the amount of attackers that we have and bringing in Nkunku, and we're still talking about getting more attackers and all these young, youth players that are attackers as well. I think Nagelsmann will have a field trip with attacking football, especially with having Enzo. Like, I think Enzo's like going to be perfect for either manager. But I think having Enzo or having Nagelsmann would suit the club better. And we have a solid defense as well. So, I mean, I don't think you'd have to worry too much about having good defensive players. I think we have plenty of that. So I think Nagelsmann would suit it better, but I prefer Enrique.
All right, first. Alam, what are you saying? Which manager suits Chelsea best?
So to be honest, like I'm not overly familiar with Enrique or Nagelsmann. Like I've heard a lot of other people speak on them. So my opinion on them is mainly informed by other people's opinions. I base the decision off one thing. If Chelsea's looking for a long-term manager, the way this club seems to be going about business, like they seem to want to just scoop up all kinds of young talent. So I think a manager with flexibility is important because like you can't buy a random 19-year-old and just assume that they're going to fit into like a very specific idea of playing football. So from my understanding, Nagelsmann's the most versatile coach of the candidates. And based on that solely, I would suggest that that's the best move. And yeah, I'll be honest, like I don't think the Conte links are actually serious. Like the only reporter that I saw bring it up was Miguel Delaney, and the Chelsea subreddit has a system for rumors, and he's considered tier 3 unreliable. And unless somebody else brings that name up, I don't really take that too seriously. So I'm talking about Enrique versus Nagelsmann, and I go with Nagelsmann because of versatility.
All right, first. Hey, Dan Levitt, bless up for the question as well. Dennis says, question to the panel, is Embiid the front runner for the MVP? Now, because he absolutely cooked and dominated the Celtics, it's between him and Giannis, in my opinion. Sev, we'll go to you. Who do you have as front runner for the MVP if it's not Embiid?
I've got to be honest with you, Flores. I've checked out of NBA to the playoffs, so I really have. So I don't know. I know Embiid dropped 52.
Why you checked out after the Pelicans below the Lakers?
The MVP is definitely not Zion. I'll tell you that.
He got you there. Surfer.
No, I checked out because I was enjoying. I'm still watching it, but I'm not really care about. I'm enjoying my basketball. Unlike you, Timo, who flip flops every game. So you know what I mean. It's all good.
Hey,
Hey, we're in 6, man. We're joined 6. Allow it.
Oh, good. That's great. Five teams are better than you.
All right, so you checked out. All right, Fez. I might regret this.
It's the usual suspect.
He's going to
yeah, you know where this is going.
It's Giannis and Embiid, it's Jokic, it's the usual ones. You know what I mean?
All right, guys. Timo, my brother, who's the front runner for the MVP?
LeBron.
I'll be honest with you. I'm gonna go.
Please
with
do. You're going Luka. All right, cool.
Bruh. Yo,
what?
The team's in 11.
What?
Guys, we're just gonna keep it stepping in it. We're just gonna. Alam, we'll go to you. Who's your front runner for MVP?
Yo, it's Embiid because the thing is, there's voter fatigue with Giannis. Nobody's really talking about him or considering him as an option. It was Embiid versus Jokic as far as like the hype goes, and Embiid's cleared Jokic as of late, so it's Embiid.
Flawless, can I just say something before you move on, right?
Yeah,
I've been into checking out, right? But my picks for MVP were more credible than Timo, who's been watching basketball more this season than me.
Well, I don't even think he's watching that.
Ridiculous.
He doesn't.
Timo,
He's just a Lakers fan.
I ain't gonna lie. I half expected him to say Austin Reeves in it. I'm not gonna lie.
There's got to be a girl from Dallas somewhere.
Probably. No,
I would have put
Jez,
Jokic in there, but
all right. Oh, you're all right, Jokic. Jez, what are you saying? I don't even know if you've been watching. And be the front runner for MVP.
I've been keeping up here and there, but I'll be real. Like, I think it's between Embiid and the Joker from AK Jokic, you know. But like, yeah, man. I really wanted to go to Embiid because I can't stand Jokic getting another one. I'll be honest.
Okay, first, Taz, what are you saying,
bro? If I think personally, it's Giannis, and
I agree. By the way,
Bulls fan. I'm a Bulls fan, but bro, anyhow they give it to Jokic again, I might considering stop watching this sport because bro, I can't have an MVP be a cone on defense, yo. They're targeting him. He's a cone. He's Chris Paul.
No, he's food.
He is barbecue chicken, bro. He's getting cooked on by everyone and their mother, bro. This guy is a liability defensively for all he does offensively. He's just a defensive
bro.
Bro, he's James Harden at center. That's what he is.
Damn.
Freaking cone, bro. And they're gonna give him MVP 3 years in a row. I would consider turning the sport off forever, bro. Because this shit is finished, bro. There's no defense, bro. That's why they get absolutely cooked in the playoffs. Because, bro, the defense is stricter. Bro, they're targeting him for pick and rolls. Like, legit targeting him. Whoever he's on, all right, we're running a pick and roll on you. Like, come on, bro. Fuck out of here.
Their season ends
But
the same in the playoffs every single year. Not that playoffs
Every
obviously
single
impact MVP voting, but like I think it should clearly help people understand a player and their strengths and weaknesses.
Bro, and for me, it's Giannis because, firstly, Embiid's also doing it in a much better team. And Giannis has a much better, harder job, in my opinion. Because, like, yeah, Chris Middleton's come back, but he's not the same. He's just coming off the bench for a lot of the season. And they have Drew Holiday, and, like, the Sixers have a better team. And Giannis is still has them in first, bro. This guy is a one-man machine, bro. He is arguably one of the best players we've ever seen, bro. Being
So
that
he's-
tall, that athletic.
So he's the
he
most
is
valuable player, then,
insane.
right? Tony?
That's
He's
what
the
I'm
most
saying,
valuable
bro.
player, right?
That's a definition of that question.
This what I don't know what this is for this, but
I know it's Doncic.
Bro,
It's
pull up
Luka Doncic.
Eddie's comment. Eddie is spitting, bro.
Bro, it's barbecue chicken fam, food fam.
Bro, he is
filet mignon. Like,
bro, legit, bro. If he came up against Dwight Howard, prime Dwight Howard, bro. The things he would do to him, bro. Haram, bro.
No. Shaq against Jokic. I need it.
Oh my, bro! If
I
he
need
played
it.
in that era of the Patrick Ewing, David Robinson, bro, this guy would get murdered. This guy, bro, like it wouldn't be funny, bro. For like the shit that would happen to him, it would be.
Yo,
haram,
I need to go
bro.
to Brian.
I wouldn't be able to watch basketball anymore. It's Ramadan. There's be haram on my screen. No basketball for a month.
My God. Before we continue, just hold that thought. 1 second. Yeah. Before you hold that thought, there's still over 140 of you lot locked in. Make sure you bump up the likes. We're at 117. Let's get up to 130 likes. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. We're looking for 5 new subscribers, people. We're only looking for 5 new subs to get us to 6,205 people. 5 new. There's over 140 of you lot locked in. I know there's at least 5 of you lot who haven't hit the subscribe button. So make sure you do so. Make sure you subscribe to Marshall's channel, Casually FC. The link is in the title. Make sure you subscribe to Lewis's channel. The link is also in the title.
Oh, it shows.
Click the links in the title, and it will open up. This guy is like a fucking action. You press the button, and the catchphrase goes up. You click the link in the title. It opens up the new tab, and you can go subscribe to their channels. Members have start ordered, like I said, all your questions. If I missed any, get to them. I'll get to them before I close out. So members in particular, get your questions in. Go on, Jez. Say what you're gonna say.
I need to go quickly.
I do gotta head out though. Big up to all you guys.
Big up every time, yeah. Bless up, Marshall.
Shout out, Marshall.
Of course. Have a good stream, guys. Peace.
Yeah, man.
Thank you. Now I need to go. Because he said Timo is too busy planning a wedding. You think he's staying out for basketball. You know what? This Timo guy, he thinks he's slick, because earlier he added me on board some shit that I put in the GC. And he said it's Ramadan. But then I looked through his timeline. I have to expose him. I have not liking shit. He's adding some Germany girl. 5 hours later, she hasn't replied to him, and he's calling me up.
Hey, I just want to be clear. Jess said 4 hours in the group chat, and then he waited another hour, and he added the hour the next time he said it.
I respect that, man.
I respect that. I have to say it real quick because this guy has no shit.
No, just come first. Big up to
See,
Marcel.
I know. Lampard's prime. No. I know.
Yes. No. When this is not what we're doing. This is not loose women. Relax. You know what I'm saying? And that. Relax. Marcel says unpopular topic, but let's show some love to Newcastle. Them man are flying. People thought they would have fell off by now, but it's still going strong. Do you guys think they'll qualify for the Champions League?
Yes. You know what? Yes. You know what? Fuck Newcastle, man.
I was about to say, couldn't care
Why
less.
you about to say fuck Newcastle? What did Newcastle do to you?
Just because this guy showed love.
These Newcastle fans getting too cheeky now.
Why? Yeah, but we have rivalry with them. You don't. You know what I'm saying?
Rivalry with them. Yeah.
All right, rivalry. No, we had issues with them. In it. I'm saying. We had issues with them. Nah, they don't like us. They don't like us. I guarantee if you ask Newcastle fans, like top 4, top 3 rivals behind Sunderland, it's probably us. Sunderland, Middlesbrough, and then us. And then
the thing is, bro, everyone's and look at Newcastle. They're so good. Oh yeah. Bro, these guys are gonna become a monster, bro. They're gonna be the new Man City with the money they have. Everyone's like, oh, Newcastle, bro. Wait till 2 years when
Yeah,
they're
Eddie's right.
beating everyone 3-0, bro. Fuck off, man.
All right,
Fuck
so
Newcastle.
back to it anyway. So we'll go to
Eddie's
you, Taz.
right.
Just
Look at
very
Eddie's last comment.
where he says he only likes
them to
Newcastle because
beat
they
United.
beat
Yeah,
us.
that's all it is. Yeah.
All right, cool. So with all right, just yes or no quickly. Tazo, will Newcastle finish in the top 4?
Yes.
Victor,
Yes.
Alam,
Yep.
Surfer.
Top 4 means nothing to me, man.
No, will they finish in the top 4?
That's not the question, buddy.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm not answering. I refuse to.
All right, fine. Hold it. It's fine.
Hold that, Newcastle.
Hold
What
that.
I'm saying.
Hold that.
Jez, what you saying?
You hold that as well, Flo.
Hey.
Yeah, I'm
you
devastated
know what I
about
think
you
this
not answering
goes?
about Newcastle.
I don't think Newcastle's getting it. I
Oh,
think
all right.
Brighton's going to make top 4.
All right, I'm gonna dread this. Timo, will Newcastle finish in the top 4?
Yes.
All right,
I'm
cool.
so surprised he answered.
I'm so
I
surprised.
thought he was going to say Chelsea now.
Yeah, serious. Lewis, will what's it called? Will Newcastle finish in the top 4? I don't even know if he's there. Yo, Lewis.
He's asleep.
Yeah, he's not even there.
Hey, that's a sting.
Tomas Oli says, why can't we give credit to one player without trying to degrade the next player these days? You man doing too much.
I told you
That's
I got an
that's
agenda.
just the
I told you I have an agenda.
agendas. That's why it is Marcel. It's
The
agendas.
answer is like he worded it right because guys are doing too much.
Too
That's
much,
just
and
all
also
it is.
that, yeah.
That's
When
what
I
I
hear
told you. I
people,
got an agenda.
when I hear people call Benz a Raul, I laugh because it's disrespecting Benz and Raul. Flawless is old enough to see Raul dunk on United at OT himself. Oh yeah, bad boy striker, 100%. But yeah, Benz is better than Raul. But you're talking two greats, without doubt, 110%.
Quickly, what's it called? Champs is saying that both are LeBron and Davis will both play tonight.
Okay, yeah, watch along going down, people. So I'm gonna cut this, not even short because we've been going over 2 hours here, but 3 a.m. we'll be back on the Sarcasm City TV Twitch, people. I need to get something to eat in between. Foot the Geordies, hope they don't get top 4. Pope, you cheat, hope you get no Champions League, says Dan. Hey, big up, man. I think we ran through all the questions. Of course, the majority was going to be about Lampard and Conte. Actually, Seth, we'll go to you on that. I want to get your thoughts on that. Conte potentially being your permanent manager. Thoughts?
I refuse
That's
to
just
answer
reports.
that. I refuse to dignify that with a response.
I'm genuinely like that's genuine reports. I'm not
Okay,
bullshit.
I will not speak up until my lawyer is here.
I'll tell you right now. If I see that hair plug looking MFer walk into my club again, I have no club.
IFS?
Yeah, free agent did that. Fucking hell.
No, man, I'm just full-time Napoli, Jez. That's what I'm going to
Hey, Surfer, if you're sick of your owner rubbing his hands all in the music videos, Union Saint-Gillois.
Oh my
God. Wait, what? I need the story. I need the story of that.
Oh, nah, that's a Pusha T thing.
Oh, okay. All right. I thought for a second. What?
Hey, Jez, that's a Twitch conversation.
Yeah.
Oh, you know
relax,
what? Fair play.
You getting way too excited there. T said, how is this guy way too excited from? How do you think we played today? Good T. Good overall performance from the team. Obviously, on the Man United podcast, I'll talk about it more. But overall, I have no complaints. I have zero complaints. Like nobody was great. I don't think there was anybody who was like 8, 9, 10 out of 10. Everybody was just pretty much a 7. And it was a good, solid performance because I was really very fearful about going into that game because of our players missing and how we played against Newcastle.
Did Ivan Toney play?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
Oh, I know.
He got pocketed.
He put a bet on not to score. That's what happened.
This guy, hey, get Ivan Toney to the bridge, man. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
that's all I keep saying.
Bridge.
Hey,
you know what?
They're the bridge.
Yeah, of course.
The bridge.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. No. Come back down now.
Yeah, you're a double agent, man.
No. Come back down now.
I'm a double agent.
Yeah, Flawless is secretly
Would you say his betting charges are worse than Mitrovic's charges with the referee?
Nah.
So then he shouldn't get any more than Mitrovic's 8 games, right?
Facts, I agree with that. That's just me personally. I'm very agenda driven with this because I want to see Ivan Toney at OT.
I want to know how Suarez get 10 games for the bite. Did he get 10 games for a bite?
I think 8.
Something like that. Yeah, I think it was 8. It was 8.
That's worse to me than gambling.
Yes, absolutely. I agree. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Dennis says, question to the panel. Can you guys see the Lakers going on a run in the playoffs, especially if they get the 6th seed? So let's say the Lakers do get the 6th seed. What are they going at? Hey, Timo.
Yep.
If the Lakers get the 6th seed, can you see you lot going on a run in the playoffs?
I think the maximum that we're gonna get probably second round. It depends on the bracket as well.
First,
because I haven't seen the bracket yet. Because it'll be third if we finish in 6th seed. It'll be third versus 6th.
All right, that's first. That's first.
That's the smartest answer ever.
Marcel says, big up, flawless, great stream as usual. I'll catch you all on the NBA watch along on Twitch. Yeah, and we're gonna close out. Actually, no, we won't. I'll get to it. Another question: does the panel think that Kyrie made the wrong decision going to the Mavs over the Lakers? I think he's saying there. Taza, what are you saying? Do you think he made the wrong decision?
I don't think it was his decision to go there. I just think the teams couldn't figure out a trade.
Okay.
Yeah. Same.
So do you think he should have sided the Nets, or do you think he's just like, I made the move?
I mean, he was fucked either way. I mean, it doesn't make a difference. It's like pick your side of ass, which one you want to be on.
At least
not
over
much
there,
of a word can
Dallas-
describe
at
it.
least-
It's
at
literally
least
stuck
Dallas
in the
is
middle of nowhere, basically.
So Timo, you
He's
think like going to the Mavs
he's
was
out
a
of
good
is he out of contract this summer?
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah, he had a
I
contract.
think he's just. I think it was just to get out of the Nets. You ride it to the summer and then you sign for whoever, Lakers or whatever it is.
I think it's on the Lakers. I'll be real.
Whatever, but what I mean is you get out.
Yeah,
of the
just
Nets.
like you said, he was getting traded there. Yeah,
It wasn't a good situation at the Nets. You get out, you go even into the other conference. So you're barely going to play the Nets or go back to the Nets at all. You ride it out for 6 months. If it works at Dallas, it works at Dallas. If it doesn't, you just do you sign on or does he retire? You know, it's Kyrie and he's a mystery to himself. So you know,
the offer slap.
Go on. And yeah, man, big up, flawless, great stream as usual. I'll catch you all on the NBA watch along on Twitch. Marcel, big up. Hope to see all of you lot over there. Because even though it's
Big
NBA watch along, we'll answer any like your between quarters and obviously at halftime answer with any sport, any like football, Premier League questions you lot may have. Of course, NBA. That's over on the Twitch. Just love again, as always, like I say, each and every day. Big up to everyone who's supporting. The way the channel continues to grow is crazy. So yeah, man, just big up. And love to you lot. Much appreciated. Yeah, Marshall dropped in. Lewis is still here. Obviously, big up Marshall for the raid. Big up Monts, Big Six Bants, gang for the raid as well. But yeah, we're going to keep the content rolling. When the stream ends as well, it will take you over to the Man Them United podcast for tomorrow. The reason why I'm directing you lot there, just to hit the like button and then close out. So we're on high likes before we continue. Black Diamond, that's all well and good. Well, like I said, we're back tomorrow. Well, today, technically, 4:30 p.m. Man Them United podcast. So we'll be talking all things Manchester United. And then midnight, one of the crossover shows, the Arsenal-Manchester United show. So Cam and myself talking all things Arsenal and Manchester United. So Arsenal obviously playing Liverpool. So we'll be getting Cam's thoughts on that. I'm discussing further, obviously, about United at home to Everton. Also, the games against Brentford. And answering all your questions on Arsenal and Manchester United. But I hope to see you lot in just over half an hour. I'm saying over on the Sarcasm City TV Twitch. But this has been the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Thanks for tuning in.